Everyone, to another presentation of School of the Osage High School Sports. I am Craig Allen alongside Steve Adams with Wes working the camera for us tonight. Got some different people back in the studio with us tonight. I know Chris Cannon is back there working with somebody else, so hopefully everything comes out clean tonight. Had some issues already with our internet, but I think we got it up and going again. This is the Old Kinderhook pregame show up here in the Kellysport Marina press box as the School of the Osage Indians are up in Boonville, Missouri to take on the Boonville Pirates in a conference matchup for what is ultimately second place in the Tri-County Conference behind Blair Oaks. Osage coming off a big win over Hallsville last week, scoring 28 points in about 4 minutes to start the third quarter and then walk away with that victory, looking to carry that momentum into this game here tonight. Of course, you can find the game live right here on 102.7 as well as on MoSportsZone.com and on YouTube. Search MoSportsZone on YouTube. Go to the live tab underneath that account and find all local area high school football action. And on the KQUL 102.7 Facebook page as well. In fact, you'd be hard-pressed to not find us live somewhere online tonight. And it's going to be a good one to watch because I think these are two pretty closely rated teams, Steve.
Yeah, for sure. You know, as you're just looking at common opponents here, we've got, of course, we both took a whooping from Blair Oaks. The difference there is we were able to get a touchdown against the Falcons, and the Pirates were not. California played Boonville a little closer than we did, scored 27-7 in favor of the Pirates. We took it to California 48-0. But then you look at that Hallsville game. That's interesting. Almost identical scores, 46-15 a win for us, and 42-12 a win for Boonville against Hallsville. All that, you know, it's just hard to really I'm just a little nervous about what we're seeing in that first half. Hallsville playing Osage really, really tight, really kind of showing the blueprint of this is what you do to keep up with Osage. You run the ball against them. You have long, sustained drives. You keep them off the field, and they were right in it until things fell apart for them in that third quarter.
Well, you take a look, and we don't keep track of time of possession, and I don't even think that the school, whenever they send us the comprehensive stats, I don't think they keep track of time of possession either. But I know that Osage, the offense touched the ball one time at the in the first quarter, and it was kind of as the first quarter was coming to a close. I know Hallsville put together a 17-play drive to go down and punch it into the end zone, but then it was just a nonstop barrage of points. Like you said, we went into halftime 11-8, Osage out in front, but then it was those 28 quick points right after the start of the third quarter, and it was just nonstop offense, and really the defense getting the job done as well, coming up with the pick six and then the big play with the special teams. All three facets of the football game for School of the Osage played big last week.
Yeah, you're looking at, you know, we're averaging 36 points a game. That's pretty impressive, I feel like. Well done, Osage. But to go into half with just 11 points, just up by 3, you know that Hallsville had to be feeling really good about that. And it just seemed like everything they did well in that first half just fell apart for them. Osage, I feel like we're a pretty good team, and that's in terms of making adjustments at halftime and coming out strong in that second half. That, of course, that's what says a lot about our coaching, I feel like.
Indeed, and, you know, we'll take a look at those advanced stats as we get closer to the coin toss here. But again, just want to remind everybody, we are live on MoSportsZone.com as well as on YouTube on the MoSportsZone channel, on the KQUL Facebook page. Or if you can't get to all that and all you have is your radio dial, that's fine too. You can find us right here for the whole of the game tonight on 102.7. Next week, the Indians will be on the road in Ashland to take on the Southern Boone Eagles in what is a conference and district matchup in that one. But right now, Steve, districts is pretty well lined up. It looks like Osage has a pretty good grip on it, likely to be the 1 seed in district.
Yeah, in fact, as you're looking at, so we've got Osage is the only team with a winning record in our district at this point. Eldon is sitting at 500. The other right behind us, Moberly, Southern Boone, Hallsville, all just with 2 wins and 4 losses. So, when we first heard about these district seedings, we were feeling pretty optimistic, and we caught wind that Coach Jolly and his staff was feeling really optimistic, and now we're seeing why. You go back 365 days ago, and things were pretty tight in our district. Things are really wide open for us. It's looking pretty for the Osage Indians.
Now, just for the fact that Boonville is not in Osage's district, do not look for them to take their foot off the pedal at all tonight. They are going to want to come out. They are going to want to get a win here tonight. And while finishing second in the Tri-County Conference is never what any team wants to do coming into the season, it's hard not to when Blair Oaks is in the conference as well. And it would certainly be no small feat as the Tri-County Conference. You just name a sport, Steve. Name an activity from choir to baseball to, everything in between. This is a conference that always competes at a high level.
For sure. I thought you were going to brag on Blair Oaks in every event. I was ready to counter and say our volleyball team took it to Blair Oaks this year. So we can brag about that for sure. And I think our volleyball team, nobody's here to hear about a volleyball game tonight, but they are championship, having beat Blair Oaks and having lost to
Eldon,
yeah. So they're fighting against Eldon here, and to see how the rest of the season plays out.
And I believe the Eldon football team is on the road at Blair Oaks tonight. You can find that game on MoSportsZone.com. But that's going to be a tough one for the Mustangs, as Blair Oaks, defending state champions, but they look even better than they did last season. And Steve, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Before, as we come up to the national anthem break, Osage last season, a pretty good run, wound up being Class 4, wound up being in Warrenton, Fort Zumwalt's district. Coming back this year, moving down a class into Class 3, still the schedule just kind of playing out almost exactly like it did last year. Do you think this Indian team is better, a little not as good, or kind of even as last year's team?
Oh, what a great question. I'm going to cop out and say, well, it feels different because you don't have that power of like an Aiden Williams there, complemented by the power of Jason Clonius. But I would say early on the season, if you'd asked me this even 2 or 3 weeks ago, I might say off the air that I felt like last year's was a better team. But I'm loving seeing, just as we grow and develop, I'm really impressed by our skills players, especially defensively, defending the pass. Our secondary, I think, is just top-notch. Our defensive line, I think, is continuing to just come around and come to form. And what Brock Arrowwood is able to do, just to slice and dice up the middle of defenses. I think we're a better throwing team a bit better this year than we were last year. I'm kind of copping out your answer and not giving you. I'm excited about this team. That's what I'll say. I'm excited about what we have.
And that's fair. Like I said, the record kind of evening out to exactly what we saw at the start of last season. Although they are much tougher wins over Bolivar and Moberly, whereas last year there was little doubt in how those were going to be. But yeah, I think this team this season, you have a team with 18 seniors on it, Steve. It's hard not to be competitive when you have that many kids coming out at the highest level that they can as seniors. So you're seeing the fruits of the labor. You're seeing the team improve as the season goes along. You're seeing Drake Williams and Brock Arrowwood be more dominant. You're seeing Schreiman, Ethan Wall, those guys contribute in the passing game more. You're seeing, like you said, part of me really wants to brag on Osage's secondary and talk about how great it's been this season, but that's always the game where they come out and give up a couple big plays. So I'm a little hesitant, but just know this Osage defense has turned the other teams over quite a few times this season, including a couple interceptions that were returned for touchdowns. We saw a couple fumble recoveries last week as well. So this Indian defense playing well, and it always amazes me how these teams sometimes, Steve, have success running the football and then decide they want to throw the ball against this Osage defense, and it just winds up costing them.
Yeah, it's just not a great idea, and anybody who is scouting Osage has to realize that. If you can have success running against us, you better especially put yourself in a position, a third and long or and the pressure, we can get a little pressure on the quarterback, forcing him to make maybe a decision he didn't want to make, and our guys are going to take advantage of that. I'll tell you this, I'm excited about the upside of this team. As we talk about them growing and developing, as we talk about how districts are lining up, I think it will be a disappointment if we don't see these Indians go further into postseason play than what we've seen recently.
I'll agree. It is the Old Kinderhook pregame show live up here in the Kellysport Marina press box. We'll take a break. Come back, break down some pregame stats, and get you set with the coin toss and opening kickoff. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
KQUL, Lake Ozark.
Hitachi Energy in Jefferson City is seeking beginning and seasoned welders. No certification needed. Gain knowledge and expertise from their expert welders in their Hitachi Welding School. Enjoy a safety-focused and climate-controlled environment while you work. With a benefit package that starts on day one and pay up to $27 per hour, Hitachi inspires progress for a future that you and your family deserve. Join their diverse team of professionals today by applying at HitachiEnergy.com.
Lake Ozark, Lake Ozark, we sell rock, we sell rock. 1 and 2 in space rock, build it, reverse that rock.
Lake Ozark Quarry, selling rock to everyone. Call today, 573-569-5654. Look them up online and Facebook.
We sell rock, we sell rock.
The Butcher Shop in Camdenton invites you to the Lake Ozark Biker Church. Services every fourth Sunday of the month, located behind the Butcher Shop in Camdenton. Feel the Holy Spirit at work and come have fellowship with the spirit of the Biker Church. The Butcher Shop is a strong supporter of the Camdenton Lakers, the Lake community, and our Lord Jesus Christ. The Butcher Shop, your home for lunch and dinner, meats, and pre-made goodies.
Hey there, all you thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. We've got a lineup that's sure to rev up your excitement. It's time to putt-putt to the Motor Hut and experience a winning combination like never before. We're talking about the perfect blend of touchdowns on the field and perfectly manicured lawns. And the best part, when you catch the Laker football action, you'll snag the best deals at the Motor Hut's outdoor equipment paradise. Camdenton High School Laker football and the Motor Hut, your ultimate champions this season. Get ready to cheer on and transform your outdoors with us.
This is America, where football means football.
As the bumps and bruises of football season and life build up on our bodies, wouldn't it be nice to soak away those issues in a brand new Bullfrog Spa from Pacific Pools? Enjoy stepping away from the rigors of life, the aches and pains of the past, and current injuries, arthritis, or stress of the workday. Get yourself into Pacific Pools and order your new Bullfrog Spa today. It only takes 21 days to construct and ship. And listen to the Lakers take the field, all soaked in your new Bullfrog Spa. Hours 3 to 6. Enjoy prime rib Friday and Saturday. They've got a wine list that matches its cuisine and spa for your golf swing. Old Kinderhook invites you to escape today. Come stay and play for a weekend. A proud supporter of your Camdenton Lakers and Osage Indians. Look them up online and Facebook.
At Lake Regional Health System, excellence is everywhere. In the care of a nurse and the dedication of a doctor. As our pursuit of excellence continues, we're proud to announce our membership in the Mayo Clinic Care Network. Their specialists and research supporting ours, because excellence lives here. Learn more at lakeregional.com/Mayo.
Football! Take the field. Game on!
Back to the Osage Indians football pregame and kickoff show on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 1027.
Back here at Boonville High School, Craig Allen alongside Steve Adams, Wes on the camera tonight, and Nick back in the studio working the knobs for us as we bring you a live broadcast of the School of the Osage Indians taking on the Boonville Pirates. You can find the stream on the KQUL Facebook page. Just go to Facebook, type in Cool 102.7. You can find it on MoSportsZone.com, as well as links to other local area high school football games. And you can find it on YouTube. Search MoSportsZone on there. Go to the live tab and find a bunch of games going on right now in the local area as we strive to bring you as many local area sports and teams as possible. And we are responsible for bringing you the School of the Osage Indians. And the Indians come into tonight with a record of 5-1. And Steve, this season so far, we've seen Osage have a couple second-half comebacks. You think about Moberly, you think about Hallsville and the domination. So I decided, if you're watching on MoSportsZone.com on our stream, you can see a little graphic up here, but I decided to take a look at the total points that the Indians have had this season, which is 216 points total, 36 points per game. And then I broke it down by quarter, and I was kind of expecting to see the second half be big, but Osage has scored 53 points in the first quarter, just 33 in the second, kind of been their slowest. Then there's 85 in the third, which has been the biggest, and then another 45 points in the fourth quarter. So I honestly thought it'd be a bigger disparity between the halves, but it really hasn't been. I mean, that third quarter kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, but you talk about the two games that the Indians had big third quarters and took home wins.
So you're looking at, what, 40, almost 50 points more in that second half as compared to what we've seen in the first half, if I'm doing my math right there. So
I also wanted to take a look at opponents' points per game, and that's just 124, only giving up 20.7 points per game. And they're getting a lot more done in that second quarter. So that's kind of different, how Osage is not scoring points in the second quarter as opposed to the other three quarters, and their opponents have really scored the most points in the second quarter this season. So just I went to put that stat together. I was like, oh, man, the disparities is going to be a stat worth looking at, but it wound up not being as incredulous as I thought it was going to be. Of course, there were a lot of players that played big and showed out last week for School of the Osage, but there could only be one Mills & Sons Insurance player of the game, and that was none other than Brock Arrowwood. 21 rushing attempts for the young man, 138 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, also put in 5 tackles and 2 interceptions. A great game from Brock Arrowwood last week.
Hey, once Brock steps on the field on a Friday night, he doesn't spend much time on the sidelines. He's out there a lot. He stays busy.
He's on the special teams too, isn't he?
Right. Not the first time we've recognized him as the player of the game.
A great game from him, a great season so far, as you can see player stats scrolling on the bottom of the MoSportsZone stream, and that is up to date through last week's game against Hallsville. Lots of good stats there, as we have the coin toss here. And I know Steve is trying his best to keep an eye on this coin toss. And finally, for the first time, 6 games in,
you are the master at throwing a question at me right about at the coin toss, and then I miss it. I just have to wait and see when the team's set up. So the suspense is there. We're trying to figure out. The officials just now stepping in to.
This has definitely been the most official coin toss that we have seen yet, Steve. And of course, I've got that graphic up there on the screen so people can't even see. Steve, let me ask you something important now. What are you looking away from the coin toss for? I'd set you up, and you immediately looked over at me longingly as if I had something important to say. I don't.
We even got a camera out there on the coin. Okay, so
incomplete pass. Am I right on that? Could be wrong, I guess.
You took that officials training class, didn't you?
I did. I declined my call both times. You want to send this? He's blocked you. And I said, yeah, I want to go ahead and send this.
I knew you called me once. Hey, talking about Friday night schedule, I think we need to adjust our schedule. We got to get to these away games a little quicker.
Who drove tonight?
I did drive tonight, and I think we thought we'd get here at 6, which we got here pretty much at 6. I think we need to back up our time. We need to be getting here at 5:30.
You think so?
Yes.
So you can eat?
Well, hey, we've got a crew of parents putting together this tailgate party every Friday night, and we missed out on it. Apparently, they had Frito pie. They were serving up some Frito pie.
Yeah, and that's your jam.
That's my jam, and I had to settle for the concession stand version of Frito pie.
It's almost like someone knew it and purposely tanked us getting here late. I'm just throwing stuff out there.
That's hurtful.
I would never do that to you, Steve. Steve, who's receiving the kick?
The Boonville Pirates are receiving the kick.
All right, so Osage's defense will be on the field first against this Boonville Pirate team. Osage coming into tonight the 7th-ranked school in Class 3, Boonville, the 9th-ranked class in State 3. And as Steve talked about, they have some common opponents, but we've beat the same teams and lost to the same teams. Scores were a little closer in the wins where Boonville won, and a little more lopsided in Osage's wins. Take that for what it's worth, Steve.
It's worth a lot. Are you in charge of the playlist tonight? The music we have playing here tonight
it's not very Brad Yoder like. I'll say that.
Are you giving praise to Brad Yoder?
Well, I know Amy takes care of the.
Oh, that's true. Are you giving praise?
I'm giving praise to Amy Yoder.
Okay, very good.
Because I know that comes back around tenfold. Of course, our cameraman having to deal with people standing tonight. He's very frustrated. We'll kick us away. We'll get this one going. Ball is fielded at the 18 and hit and brought down just shy of the 30. And that is where Boonville will take over on their first drive of the night. Going to be 1st and 10 coming out. This Osage defense getting out onto the field. Let's take a look at some of the guys up front for School of the Osage. You got Nicholas Joyner, Charlie Crocker, Grant Wilson, Jaden Wilkes, Drake Williams, Ethan Wall, and Landon Robbins, who had himself a game last week against Hallsville, led the Indians in tackles. 1st and 10 for Boonville. 2 running backs set, and he's going to take the ball and immediately slip and fall. So not touched. In the high school game, whenever you fall down like that, that winds up being...
Say, Trevor Lawrence made magic out of that the other night.
Not everybody can do that, Steve.
That's apparently not.
When you just have a guy standing around on defense, though, that helps.
I've heard that rumor.
Huh? I wouldn't know.
He thought the play was over, I heard.
That's true. Alex McDonald out there, the running back. And this handoff goes to McDonald, and he gets through into the second level. Here comes the flag on the play, though. That's Tatum Huff, a junior quarterback. We'll see what the flag is here. Holding on the offense. So that's going to bring him back. It's going to be 2nd down and 10+ if you're looking at the down and distance marker on MoSportsZone.com. Big fan of the 10+, Steve. I talked to some fans of the 10+ on the stream just before I came and met you to come up here.
Ball going back to the 20-yard line.
I'm not allowed to say her name. You can, though.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorites.
So it'll be 2nd and long for the Pirates. Now they've got 2 wide receivers outright. This is Huff next to McDonald. Trying to use a hard count to draw the Indians off sides. They don't. Now they come in, make sure the play is set from the sideline. 2nd down and 20. Ball is snapped, looking to throw out to the right. They get it out to their guy quickly. There's Arrowwood making the hit, driving his man back, and that is a short gain.
Gain of 4, it looks like.
Arrowwood read that one well, came up, made the hit. And now if you're an Indian fan, this is kind of what you want on this first drive for Boonville. That run they had looked good, was enough to pick up a 1st down, but that holding penalty drove them back, and now it's 3rd and 16 on the first drive of the night for Boonville. 10.5 minutes left to go. Trying to use the hard count. The Indians not jumping. Huff gets the play from the sideline. Murphy comes up for press coverage. 2 receivers outright. Looks like Wall might blitz here. Snap taken. It's going to be an option out to the right side. Now into the second level, putting his head down, making it 4th down and manageable. This would be about 4th down and 6, I'd say.
Ball at the 34-yard line.
You got to have some confidence in your run game, though, Steve, if you're going to run the option on 3rd down and 16.
Osage getting the early stop they needed here. As the Pirates are setting up to punt.
Snap is back. Kick is away, and it's a good one. Schreiman way over his head. Takes a bounce. And then goes a few yards before it'll be downed inside the 20, and that's where Osage will take over. So a great kick. Reverses the field. Makes it a long. Led by Maverick trustee Drake Williams, Brock Arrowwood, Hunter Schreiman, and Ethan Wall. Take a look at them later on, as well as the other starters up front. Trusty out in the pistol. He's got 3 wide receivers out right. Arrowwood behind him. Now brings it back in tight. We haven't seen this formation all season, Steve.
Everybody's in motion. 4 players in motion there.
And they give the ball to Arrowwood. He's up the middle. Few yards past the line of scrimmage. Hit, knock back. It'll be 2nd down and 8 after a gain of about 2 there from Brock Arrowwood. Last week's Mills & Sons Insurance player of the game.
A lot of pre-snap activity there for just handing that ball right off to Arrowwood right up the middle.
Tomfoolery.
Who's Tom?
Mr. Foolery.
Well, there you go.
That's what I know him as. 2 running backs next to Maverick. Hard count, almost drove him off. Now takes the handoff, gives it off to Drake. Right side, splits in, second level, gets towards the secondary, brought down just shy of the 1st down marker. Going to be 3rd down and short for the Indians.
Again, just don't envy a team having to come up with a remedy for stopping Arrowwood and at the same time stopping Drake Williams. Just 2 runners with a little bit different styles, attacking different parts of the line there.
Well, don't forget Colt Butler.
For sure.
A change of pace. This one goes to Drake, right side. Now gets into space, splits a tackle, goes through another man, and that's a Pacific Pools 1st down for the Indians on that big run. And like you were saying, Steve, on 3rd down and 1, you have to account for everyone, even Maverick Trusty, who's gotten out on the bootleg a couple times this season.
Gain of 14 on that play for the first down conversion, putting the ball here at the 34-yard line.
I like that play call, though. I think everyone was expecting 22 to get the ball, and then you give it to 8 out wide. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Maverick takes it. Now 22 does get it. Look at that stutter step in the backfield. Picks up about 5 before getting knocked down.
Feels like the Pirates are keying off Arrowwood here so far. That's going to give the advantage here, get some opportunities for Williams and some of our other specialists here. Just putting the ball at what, the 39-yard line?
Yeah. 2nd down and 5 from there. Schreiman out wide. Maverick looking over at him. Now takes the snap. Hands this one off. Now trying to get wide as Arrowwood. Cutting back in. Splits 2 defenders. Keeps the legs moving. And that hard run, Steve, picks up 4. Makes it 3rd down and 1.
Ball at the 43. Most often we see Arrowwood, just right with the tackles there.
Yeah.
He's bouncing out beyond the tackles there, getting the yards we need.
But I like that he had the foresight to cut it back in, go into contact, drag a defender a few yards. Now 3rd down and 1. Arrowwood up the middle. I think he's going to get enough forward progress to get that first down. 45-yard line. Boonville crowd's cheering, but I think they're going to be upset to see that that's still going to be a first down.
Yeah, he right on top of the 45-yard line there. Pirates doing a pretty good job of standing him up as he crashes through the line there and keeping his gains there, at least between the tackles, to a minimum.
1st and 10 at the Osage 45. First down puts him in Boonville territory. Maverick back in the pistol, has Arrowwood and Drake next to him. Takes the snap, play action. Looking for Schreiman over the middle. Catches it, and that's another Pacific Pools first down into Boonville territory. Good play action there. And Schreiman was the only receiver out there, Steve, and just kind of ran right into the middle of their zone. He was wide open.
He's out there on an island by himself and just ran the perfect route, cutting it in there, ball perfectly delivered. And anytime you get Schreiman with the ball, man, magic can happen.
Now Maverick takes a snap on this one, hands it off. Drake Williams right side, got blockers downfield. He's carrying a defender past the first down marker. Another Pacific Pools first down for the Indians, as they get it down to the 30 now. Good hard run there from Drake Williams. And this is turning into quite a drive for School of the Osage.
This is an opening statement drive for the Indians here, getting the stop they needed on that first possession, and now march it down, started at the 11-yard line here?
Yeah, great punt from Boonville, but Osage doing well offensively here. Maverick back in the pistol, 1st and 10. Man in motion is Butler. He'll hit the ball on the sweep. Now trying to get out wide. Spins, and he's brought down. Going to be the first loss on this drive tonight for School of the Osage.
All about the 32-yard line here. Nice pursuit by the Pirates. Nice job at, holding that edge and extending the play out towards the sideline. And Butler tries to cut it back in, and there's just nowhere to go.
Yeah, Butler could have kept trying to go east to west, but that would have wound up losing maybe even a few more yards. 3 wide receivers outright. Schreiman back left for Trusty. He's got Arrowwood behind him. Now Maverick takes the snap, rolls out to the right. Looking down the field, looking for Dubs, I believe, over there. And Dubs just short of the first down marker, and the ball was short of him. Going to be 3rd down and long now.
Folks. Nice route by Dubs. Just couldn't get quite back to the ball.
And that's one of those things, too, where Maverick's throwing you the football before you've cut on your route because he knows where you're going to be. Just unable to hook up with Dubs. Would have been real close to a first down, though. 3 wide receivers out for the Indians on the right. Maverick takes the snap. Now looking to set the screen back up. Comes back to Arrowwood. He's looking for a block downfield. Splits 1 tackle. Stays on it. Splits past another and gets back right around to the original line of scrimmage before being brought down. Hard run there from him. Picks up a couple. Just couldn't get that initial block set up, Steve.
Yeah, the Pirates saw through that. They were ready for it, and he made a little bit of something out of nothing, really. There wasn't a lot there. He broke a couple tackles to get back close to that original line of scrimmage, as you said. Here we are.
4th and 10 in no man's land. We'll see what Osage wants to do here. Fakes the handoff. looking for Butler down the field. Everybody's covered. Now looking for Irwin. No, instead throws it back to Butler. And he was too close to the out-of-bounds line trying to come up with it. But it got real tight over there. And it winds up being a turnover on downs. Good coverage there on that play from the Boonville defense. As Osage tried to come at them with levels. He had, if you look back, Maverick had Arrowwood over the middle. But that is just a very tight gap to try and thread that needle. And he was already moving out to his right as it was.
Hey, that's a win for the Pirates. I mean,
Indeed.
It looked like we were just rolling downhill into the end zone. They get a couple key stops there and stop them on 4th down. And here they are, no points scored. You know, stats don't matter unless you get in the end zone.
So 1st and 10 for the Pirates. They hand this one off to McDonald going right side. And the pile pushes forward for a few yards, and it's going to be 2nd down and about 4. Make it 3.
A gain of 7 on that play. Pirates doing what we've seen other teams have success doing. Running successfully. It's not that I would say we're a bad run defense team, but if there's a weakness there, I would say it's giving up some yards on the ground.
2nd down and 3 for the Pirates. Tight formation. Hands this one off to McDonald. Up the middle, but he's immediately met by 2 Indians. Maybe a gain of 1. Maybe a gain of none. Going to be 3rd down and short for Boonville.
That's what you got to say. You got to make a little, just slightly critical statement about the running defense being a little bit of weakness, and there they go. They proved me wrong.
Steve, it's like Captain America says, with great power comes great responsibility.
You need to brush up on your superhero trivia here.
Save it for halftime. I'm not the one doing trivia tomorrow, okay? 3rd down and short for the Pirates. Huff back in the shotgun, 2 receivers outright. Now gets the play from the sign. 3:23 left on the clock here in the 1st quarter, tied up at 0. Boonville takes the snap. They hand this one off to McDonald. He's past the 1st down marker. And Boonville continues to move there. Part of me watching that, Steve, thinks maybe Huff didn't want to give that ball up.
Gain of 7 for a 1st down conversion there. Ball at just past the 45-yard line, really the 46, we'll say.
So the first down of the night for Boonville as they pick up 5 on 3rd down. They needed 2. 1st and 10. 1 wide receiver out on each side for Huff. He's got McDonald next to him. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Has tight ends over the middle. Now throws it up. And falling down and catching it is Boonville. As that's Landon Kahns making that catch. Well, they're going to say he was a yard short. I didn't see that. It looked like it was a 1st down, didn't it?
I got a gain of 9 here, and, 2nd and half a yard for sure, across midfield at the 45-yard line. Yellow on the field.
There's that hard count, drawing him off sides, and it's going to be a 1st down for Boonville.
Seems like they've been trying that all night long.
Yeah, pretty much every time. And now Osage finally trying to get a jump there.
The result is a 1st down, Pirates at the Osage 40-yard line.
Looks like we're getting a healthy diet of McDonald and Huff, favorite law firm up here in Boonville. Get the play from the sideline. Huff looks out to the left where he's got 2 receivers. Snaps the ball, fakes the handoff, looks to set up a screen over there on the left side, but just dropping the ball was Kahns after he made the reception over here on the right side, goes back over on the left side, and just unable to come up with that one. Makes it 2nd down and 10 for the Pirates in Osage territory. First time tonight.
Oh, he was planning his steps before he had that ball in his hand. He forgot to take something with him.
2 minutes left on the clock. We're tied up at 0.
We're not syncing watches
Sync
tonight.
your watches. I didn't see it for the first time there. Everybody sync your watches. 2 wide receivers out right on the short side of the field. Now Kahns coming into motion, going back left to right. 2 men in motion, and apparently the Boonville coach saw that. Gets the timeout called before the penalty can be thrown. So we'll take a timeout as well. Tied up at 0 here. 2 minutes left to go in the first. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Where there's smoke, there's barbecue. Hi, I'm Greg Dierberg. You heard that right. No liquid smoke flavor at Dierberg's. It's all smoked fresh with apple and cherry wood at each one of our stores. From brisket and wings to my personal favorite, smoked salmon. If you can smoke it, Bob's Barbecue has it. It's time to rethink Stop by and see what's smoking today. It's fresh, it's friendly, and for slow smoke barbecue, it's Dierberg's.
Let's get back to the action of Osage Indians football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here in Boonville, Missouri, timeout on the field, brought to you by First Bank of the Lake. 2 minutes left to go. Boonville 2nd and 10 from the Osage 40-yard line. So 40 yards to go to the end zone. We'll see what Boonville wants to call here. They're on the right hash, and they got 2 receivers over here on the short side of the field. Huff takes the snap, hands this one off to McDonald, left side. And he is split in the second level, beats one defender, has 1 to go, and Arrowwood makes the stop at the 10-yard line. But a good juke over there on the left side and a good block from Boonville. Springs
Yellow on
McDonald.
the field here.
Yeah, we do have a penalty back at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a hold on the offense. Woo. So that one's going to come back. Big play negated, Steve. I missed that. Good eyes by you.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I heard it from the announcer before I saw it on the field, so I'll take any help I can get.
I try and compliment you. I try and give you credit.
Ball going to be put right at midfield here. Yeah, some penalties hurt worse than others, and that one hurts pretty bad.
I mean, that's a 40-yard swing, Steve, because he got it down to the 10. And honestly, good tackle by Arrowwood in the open field, but all for naught as they're pushed back, and it's 2nd down and 20 now from the 50. Keep up. Just going to start throwing numbers at you. 2 wide receivers out left for Huff. Man in motion, right to left. McDonald takes the snap, Huff takes the snap, rolls out. Looks over the middle, has his man, back to the original line of scrimmage, now picking up some extra yards before being brought down, and it's going to be 3rd down and short coming up for the Pirates.
Back across midfield to, the 39-yard line?
That was Cons with the catch, and good yards after catch, good yards after contact.
No, 34-yard line. I read that wrong here.
Depth perception.
Gain of 16.
3rd down and 5 now. Probably 2-down territory for the Pirates. We'll see what they want to do here on 3rd. They've had good success running the ball here early on. Clock running, down to 1:13 left to go in the 1st. Snap, goes to McDonald, right side. Hit made by Schreiman, but it was still enough for a 1st down.
That's good enough for a Boonville Pirate.
Schreiman, nice hit there. Nice lick he put on him, but again, able to get the conversion. Putting the ball at what? We're breaking the 30, the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
I just heard the announcer say.
Yeah, he was listening to me that time. We worked together.
In tandem. So 1st and 10 coming up here. Clock winding down. 46 seconds left to go in the 1st. Nobody has scored yet. 0-0. Huff, 2 running backs on each side of him. Fakes the handoff. Now gets it out to Cons.
Ball on the ground. Covered by the Pirates, but I think you're probably right.
Yeah. I think he was down before that. So it's going to be a 1st down for Boonville inside the 10 now. 1st and goal from the 9.
Gain of 18 I had on that.
First and goal for the Pirates.
30 seconds left to go here in the 1st.
Official trying to raise the roof there. Adjusting the time, I think, is what we're trying to do.
You skipped referee training this week. And this is what we're left with.
It's so much more fun just to interpret, as I see fit.
And that is going to be the final play of the 1st quarter as Boonville is happy just to go into the 2nd, tied up at 0. We'll take a break. Come back with that 2nd quarter after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
When you're looking for a new furnace or air conditioner, price is important, but warranty, reliability, and efficiency are big factors too. At DeGraff & Reed Heating and Cooling, you'll receive very competitive pricing on the industry-leading Air Ease products. Every Air Ease product is built on 80 years of experience, testing, and research. Servicing the Lake and Jefferson City areas for nearly 15 years, DeGraff & Reed Heating and Cooling. For reliable products offered by reliable people, call DeGraff & Reed Heating and Cooling.
Polylift boat lifts. In 1975, Gerald Ford was president, gas was 53 cents a gallon, and Saturday Night Live debuted. It's also the year Polylift boat lifts was born. 50 years later, Polylift is still the best boat lift you can own. Trust Polylift, built with quality and integrity for 50 years. Remember, for the last 50 years and the next 50 to come, you know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
This is America, where football means football.
There's only one place to hear Osage Indians football. Back to the game. On your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here in Boonville, Missouri, about to start the second quarter, brought to you by American Sun Control. First and goal for the Boonville Pirates at the 6-yard line. They have driven down the field after the turnover on downs by the Indians. Handoff goes to McDonald. Cuts back in near the end zone. Brought down at the 1.
Running downhill here. Second down and goal, as you said, from the 1. That's going to be a small task here for the Osage defense.
Been good blocking front for the Pirates as far as they have been able to get McDonald into that second level.
And McDonald just exploding through the line, taking advantage of those holes, and his speed is a great complement to the blocking. And there we go. He walks right in.
Into the end zone with that one. So touchdown Boonville. They get on the board first here, go up 6-0 over the Indians. Flag down. And we are celebrating that flag, Steve. It is an exciting time to be a lover of penalties.
So coach is looking for some clarification on, is it a score?
Yeah, I think it's a personal foul after the touchdown. We'll see what the call is. McDonald gets in. Touchdown. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Osage.
Against Osage.
Okay.
There will be assist on the kickoff.
Not ideal.
Indeed. There'll be some conversations on the sideline about that little incident. We're not sure what it was here, but something happened that shouldn't have happened. And there they get the extra point, going up 7-0 here in Boonville. Pirates with the lead.
Yeah, Boonville puts it in the end zone right at the start of the second quarter, goes up 7-0. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
When it comes to your safety, hire the best. Elite Security Services delivers professional, highly trained security for your business, condominium, home, or event. Backed by years of law enforcement and military experience, their team offers unmatched protection you can trust. Elite sets the standard for excellence in private security. Call 573-280-8018 today to discuss your security needs. That's 573-280-8018. Elite Security Services. Protection, precision, peace of mind. This is Osage Indians Football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Boonville gets on the board first up here in Boonville. And a penalty after the touchdown will make it a... Now, Steve, they're walking back the other way, but they made it seem like Osage...
They did point toward Osage for the penalty.
Okay, so the penalty's on Boonville, so they walk it back to the 25.
There was definitely some miscommunication from the officials here.
Yeah, we didn't miss that.
I really don't think we did.
They pointed to Osage.
And he did his little rocket move. Like he kicked. You know? Neither one of us tried to interpret that, so I'm going to say we don't know what that means. Oh, okay, very good.
All right, so they'll kick it off from the 25. And it's a squib kick. Immediately falling on at the 44-yard line, and that is where Osage will take over. Let's take a look at the offensive line for School of the Osage. Got Grant Wilson, Landon Robbins, the center, Nathan Grohl, Caleb Smitherman, a few-time recipient of the Tomahawk Chop Steak block of the game, and Charlie Crocker, who plays both sides of the football as well. That's the offensive line for the Indians.
You do such a great job with that. Graphics are great. Look good.
Osage trying to respond here, down by 7, 11:25 left to go in the second quarter, brought to you by American Sun Control. Drake Williams right side, flag down right as the play gets started.
8 on the Flag on the play.
And if we can all get it right.
Let's see if we can point the right direction. We're talking to
Most importantly us.
the Boonville sidelines here, so you're going to
Illegal shift, yeah. Great job by Wow Wow Wes getting that tight shot of the camera call, or excuse me, the referee call.
Well, anytime you're watching a football game, if you can get a tight shot of the officials,
I remember as a child watching NFL games, and I'm like, I just want to get a tight shot of the referee's calls.
So ball on the 39-yard line.
Yeah, push back there with the illegal shift. It'll be 1st and 15 coming up for the Indians. Osage down 7-0, 11 clock running, 11:15 left to go here in the second quarter. Brought to you by American Sun Control.
The script seemed to open up in Osage's favor, getting the stop and then driving down the field, but the Pirates have taken over momentum since then, getting their own stop and then scoring for a touchdown there.
Now this handoff goes Drake Williams, left side. Trying to get into the second level, picks up about 4 before being brought down.
Drake Williams on the carry. Bryce Newham on the
Second down, and I'd say 12 coming up. Osage at the 42-yard line, their own 42. Osage owns that 42, Steve.
Indeed. We do not want to camp out here, though.
No, we don't. Not a place where we want to camp out. Of course, they got a lot of rain up here today.
Got a lot of rain everywhere, I feel like.
feels
We got a lot of
about
rain at the
right,
lake anyway, for sure.
Turned into a pretty nice night, though. Fake handoff from Maverick. Looking down the field, floats it up for Wall.
Boy.
And just off his fingertips and almost picked off.
pass is incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 12.
So 3rd down and long coming up for the Indians.
Hey, we had some chances there. We had some open guys there with potential to run upfield here, catch and go kind of thing, but just didn't get the ball in the right spot here. 3rd and long. Of course, it's hard to throw that ball when you're getting the heat on you in the backfield
That's
right
what I was
off
going
the
to say.
bat.
Maverick had a lot of pressure up in his face. A good pass rush there. Just unable to get that one. Well, he does get it away, but just over the outstretched hands of Ethan Wall. And now Osage finds themselves in 3rd and long. 3 wide receivers out for School of the Osage. Arrowwood behind him. Maverick takes the snap, looking downfield. Now steps up in the pocket. Hit from behind.
Ball on the ground, ball on the
comes
ground.
out. Arrowwood picks it up, trying to make something out of it. Picks up about 3 yards.
Getting the ball to about the 45-yard line, but that is not going to help us much. 4th down and 10 here at this part of the field.
You saw it happen in real time,
indeed.
Steve. It was, once again, great camera work from Wes, but it's just kind of.
Well, Maverick, to his credit, did a good job of stepping up in the pocket and kind of, just trying to create some time and, some opportunity to get the ball down the field, but he didn't see the defensive pursuer there coming up right behind him.
How was he supposed to see that in that situation?
Yeah, no criticism from me on that for sure. Didn't mean to come across that way.
High snap to Maverick. He'll get this one away. A good kick. Going to bounce. No. Going to be returned and immediately hit and brought down at the 20. And that's where Boonville will start.
So Boonville now getting 2 stops on Osage in a row, a turnover on downs, and then they forced the punt here. So things falling in their favor so far here in this part of the contest.
Yeah, Osage going to have to get a stop here on defense. But I think Boonville is going to be more than happy just to kind of run the football here, don't you think?
For sure, you get the lead. Your run game's working. Why change? It'd be foolish to change. Here they get another chunk right here right off the bat.
Yeah, they get it to McDonald, and he picks up about 4. Now make it 2nd down and 6 for the Pirates.
We've seen some teams play against Osage make the mistake of, they have that early success running the ball, and then they try to get a little fancy throwing it through the air.
And the secondary makes them pay for it.
Right.
Under 9 minutes to go here in the second. Huff takes a snap, keeps it himself. Now trying to make something, but Dubs out there makes the play, and that is a loss of yards for Boonville. In fact, a rather sizable loss of yards right back to the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd down and long coming up for Boonville. And that's not a situation they were in on the last drive. They did not have a long situation. There was a lot of 3rd down and shorts. We've seen both teams struggle with those 3rd and longs tonight so far. We'll see what Boonville does here. 2 receivers out. McDonald next to Huff. 8 minutes to go in the second, brought to you by American Sun Control. Now looking out to the left. Huff moves the pocket, throws it over the middle. Near the first down marker, just depends on where they...
Yeah, he got the first down for sure. You know, give credit to the receiver. I feel like he set up right camp right where he needed to get that first down. And of course, you're saying a little help from the official, but nice route run by the receiver, nice throw and catch.
Yeah, might have been a little generous spot. Regardless, 1st and 10 for the Pirates. This handoff goes to McDonald up the middle, following his big guys. Picks up about 6 before he's brought down.
Ball up to about the 36-yard line here.
You know, these big guys up front for Boonville, Steve, they are getting the push up front, letting McDonald get into that second level, those Osage linebackers, pretty easily. And when you can push the defensive line down the field like that, you set yourself up for success with running the ball. 7-0 Boonville out in front, under 7 minutes to go here in the second, brought to you by American Sun Control. McDonald gets the ball again. And he's brought down right near the first down marker, and I think they're
right at the 40.
They're going to give it to him.
Again, this is the recipe we talked about pregame here. Just heavy doses of running the ball, eating up the clock. You got your lead already here.
Yeah, if you take the Blair Oaks game out of the equation, this has been the formula to beat the Indians this season. Ball control, keep away, 6.5 minutes to go here in the second. And Boonville taking their time, running this play clock down to 3 before they'll snap it, and then immediately hand it off. And there you saw the hit.
Is that Glenn? Preston Glenn there on the tackle? 51 is who I saw there.
Brody Price.
Brody Price. So reaching up to the 43-yard line. Gain of 3, even, contact right at the line of scrimmage, but managed to get a gain there.
Look at how many people Osage have up in the box, Steve. 5 linemen, 5 linemen and a linebacker, and Wilkes is right there now. The play action out to the right side, trying to set up the screen on the outside, but just a throw a bit too far, and Arrowwood is right there in his face to make the play. Maybe a gain of 1 will set up 3rd down and 6 for the Pirates. Coming up on 5 minutes to go here in this second quarter. 7-0 on the scoreboard. Boonville out in front, trying to drive down, trying to get their third down conversion of this drive, Steve.
Putting the pressure here, putting so many guys in the box, we're putting pressure on that secondary. But again, we bragged about them.
Timeout on the field. Take one as well. 5:03 left to go here in the second quarter. Osage down 7-0. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Big hits belong on the field, not your car. When life throws you a hard tackle, High Tech Collision and Auto Body is your MVP for complete collision repair. You've seen the big yellow trucks. Now remember, they fix your vehicles too. Fast, friendly, and hassle-free. Experience the High Tech difference in person, online, or call 348-9070. Proud supporters of the Lake community, Camdenton Lakers and Osage Indians. Go Lakers. Go Indians. Go High Tech. Let's get back to the action of Osage Indians football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Timeout brought to you by First Bank of the Lake as Boonville tries to convert this long 3rd down against the Indian defense. 3rd down and 6 coming up for Boonville at the Boonville 44-yard line. Trying to get across midfield and into Osage territory, keep this drive going.
Started at the 20, I think. Is that right?
Yeah,
seven plays, so they're just going in small chunks here.
Huff takes the snap, looking to throw. Goes over the middle, has his man, and that's McDonald making the catch, and there were 3 receivers right there in the area together.
So ball across midfield all the way to, the 43-yard line. And so far, the Pirates winning the third down conversion game. And that is, I feel like, the difference in this game so far. Able to sustain and continue drives here.
Keeping that Osage offense on the sideline. And when you can just take up every play, if you're taking 3 downs to get the first down, taking a lot of time off the clock. 4.5 minutes left to go here in the zone. Number gets out to the right side, now gets a block into the second level near the first down. Second down and short coming up.
Ball all the way to the 34-yard line. Gain of 9.
Good hard run there from the quarterback.
We've seen quarterbacks have some success running the ball. I'm thinking even last week, Hallsville had a talented quarterback able to carry the ball there. And who was it a few weeks ago that was it California that had their, I can't remember who the team was, had their quarterback get hurt there late in the game.
Yeah,
that was a big difference maker, Moberly.
Now this handoff goes to McDonald, and he just goes right up the middle for a first down.
That's good enough for a Boonville Pirates.
And I'm going to guess with 3:40 left to go here in the second quarter, Boonville wants to use up every last second of that and try and get this into the end zone. 1st and 10 coming up from the 31-yard line.
Just, again, playing the script perfectly here. Winning the field position game, winning the time of possession game, winning the third down conversion game.
Huff takes the snap, hands this one off to McDonald. And he's got some blocks out there on the outside. Now gets to the outside, runs out of bounds. I think that's good enough for a first down, just inside the red zone now.
Ball spotted yet right there at the 19-yard line. Boonville seems to be getting kind of comfortable here, making it look kind of easy.
Another thing about these long, sustained drives, they wear down your defense.
Mm-hmm.
Huff takes the snap, hands this one off to McDonald, left side, gets a big hole over there, has one man to beat, and Murphy can't get him into the end zone. Touchdown, Boonville. Puts them up 13-0, extra point pending.
This is not a position we've seen our Indians in too many times this season. We've seen it a little bit against Blair Oaks, of course, and that Moberly game where we were down by 3 touchdowns going into half, but this is not a feeling that we're very familiar with here. Pirates just taking it to us.
Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and it is blocked. So the extra point is no good. Osage will keep the score 13-0. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Life comes at you fast, sometimes too fast. Should have remembered the golden rule. No, not that one. Golden Rule Insurance. Call them for personal lines of insurance for home, auto, life, boat, and RV. And the best part is, when you bundle, you can save actual money. Golden staff are educated and trained to ensure that customers have the very best service. Find personal lines of insurance that work for you. You can find them on Osage Beach Parkway in Osage Beach. Golden Rule Insurance Agency. Coverage you need, people you trust.
This is America, where football means football.
There's only one place to hear Osage Indians football. Back to the game. On your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Drive started at their own 20-yard line. And, Steve, how many plays did it take them to get there?
Yeah, 12 plays, 80 yards, 9 of those runs for 56 yards, 3 passes for 24 yards there. So that was an impressive drive, time-consuming drive by the Pirates, leaving the Indians with just 3 minutes and a little change here to try to answer going into half.
Kick is away. It is a squib kick. Going to be fielded by Colt Butler as he tries to come up the field, find a block, runs into the back of his own man, keeps the legs moving, though, and goes down just shy of the Osage 40. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line here, as Steve said. About 3:01 left to go here in the second quarter, brought to you by American Sun Control.
Osage needing something good to happen here. You'd think the answer is a long, sustained drive, but with 3 minutes here, you don't have a lot of time to make that happen. We need some big chunks, and Osage can do that. We can be explosive at times, even running the ball. See what we've got.
Drake Williams, right side, following his blocker down the field into Boonville territory for a Pacific Pools first down. You see him running. Steve had his hand on the back of that blocker, just pushing him forward. Now a flag is down. Post play. And I wasn't going to say that flags have been an issue for School of the Osage, but they have been tonight, Steve.
Well, yeah, on that previous drive, again, you start out with a 5-yard penalty just to start your drive, and you start, first long, second and long, third and long. It's just hard to get things going when you're dealing with that. We've got lots of conversation here at midfield among the officials. No communication our direction yet to know what's happening.
If Wes could somehow zoom in more, we could read lips. I'm sure of it.
Wes, our talented cameraman, is actually outside of the press box in front of us, so he can't hear all of our funny, snide comments.
Wes, enhance. Enhance, Wes. That's what far we can go.
He is listening. So he can't hear us. He's just ignoring us.
Yeah.
That's hurtful.
Personal foul on the Indians.
Not the yeah. So that previous personal foul we thought was against the Indians, but actually was
this time
against,
it actually is, though.
Yes, they're marching us back. We're going to okay, so
and some Osage coaches wanting some explanation here.
Well, that's fair. So we're spotting the ball all the way back.
First and 25, excuse me. Ooh.
So the ball's at, what, the 37-yard line. Williams there. We get the penalty, and that sets us up at, okay, now we're moving the chains as well. Okay, I was curious about that. So it's not going to be first and forever. It's going to be first and 10. We did lose the field position.
Strange. So it winds up being a loss of 2. A net loss of 2, I guess. First and 10 now from the 42-yard line for the Indians here. Arrowwood and Williams next to Maverick. 2:35 left. This one goes to Drake Williams, left side. Now cuts out, stays on his feet, past midfield, runs a guy over, and another Pacific Pools first down for the Indians.
Ball all the way, to the 44-yard line. And it just seems like teams have to pick their poison in defending Osage. And they've been pretty effective at limiting Arrowwood here tonight. But Williams is having his success here. Another first down.
Well, my mistake is 2:50 left on the clock here. Now Arrowwood right side, past the line of scrimmage, breaks one tackle, past the first down marker before he is brought down. Another Pacific Pools first down here for School of the Osage as they keep this drive rolling.
Gain of 13. Another first down. I love it.
Ball at the 31-yard line for the Indians here, down 14-0 to Boonville. 2:38 left to go in the second quarter, brought to you by American Sun Control. Maverick back in the pistol, takes the snap, now pitches it out wide to Drake Williams. Drake looking to get a block downfield, now splits one tackle, stays on his feet, down the sideline. I think he stepped out of bounds just inside the 20-yard line, but that's still good enough for another Pacific Pools first down, and Osage is in the red zone.
Who was he following there? Again, Williams doing a great job following his blockers just right down the sideline. He had the sideline protecting him on one side, and whoever our blocker was there in the other, and maybe Big Charlie Crocker. I'm not sure. Didn't get that number.
Maverick hands this one off to Arrowwood between the tackle and the guard, up to about the 15-yard line before finally being pushed back, and that ends the string of first down plays for School of the Osage, but it makes it second down and 6. Clock continues to run, coming up on 2 minutes. Osage has all 3 of their timeouts left. Yeah, Boonville has 1. 2 minutes left to go here in the second. Osage inside the red zone. Hands this one off. Drake Williams to the outside. The tackle gets a blocker now up second level, keeps moving the legs forward. That's going to be close enough for a first down inside the 10. And they're going to give it to him. A Pacific Pools first down. It'll be first and goal for School of the Osage from about the 7. And Steve, from where we were standing, it looked like he just kind of ran into the pile and he was down, but he wound up picking up about 6 more yards on it.
Yeah, I got him for 7 here.
So first and goal for the Indians. Maverick takes the snap, hands this off to Arrowwood, and he's got a big hole over there.
Touchdown,
into
baby.
the end zone. Brock Arrowwood goes. Touchdown, School of the Osage.
And that's the drive we needed. It felt a lot like that first possession we had, but the Pirates found a way to bring that one to a stop and keep us out of the end zone. But that's the answer we needed here. And pretty quick work here. In about, minute and a half here, 90 seconds, we marched down the field. 7 plays, 62 yards. Well, more than that here when I get my
Yeah, I was going to
numbers
say,
right.
because of the penalty, we wind up getting more yards than where we started from. Snap, back, hold, grabbed and down, and it is up and good. So Osage cuts the lead to 6, 13 to 7. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
No pressure, low prices. Hi, this is Jason at Hewlett Chevrolet Buick GMC in Camdenton. I want to tell you about our award-winning collision repair department. We can repair any make or model and make it look like new. Our staff is second to none and works hard to get you back on the road as fast as possible. We offer free transportation for your convenience and peace of mind during the repair. Come see us today for all of your collision repair needs at Hewlett Chevrolet Buick GMC in Camdenton. No pressure, low prices. That's the way we do it. Shop Hewlett.
ShopHewlett.com.
This is Osage Indians Football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Osage gets on the board for the first time tonight. Brock Arrowwood into the end zone. Steve, the drive summary.
Yeah, I have 7 plays, all runs, all right? So Osage going to what is their bread and butter, and because of the penalty thing, it's one of those weird deals. We started the ball at the 39-yard line, but actually I have us down for 77 yards. We got to take away that 15-yard penalty, so I'm not sure how that works in the stats, but I love it that we went to what we do best. That's running the ball. And we're going to give credit to Drake Williams there. Brock Arrowwood certainly did his part there, but Drake Williams there, kind of the energy and the explosion we need to get that drive started.
Clark set to kick this one away, and it's a small pooch kick, going to bounce on the ground. It's going to be short, and Osage is going. Oh, the ball's on the deck. I'm not sure who come up with it. It looked like Osage might
That's
have
Osage
it.
ball,
They're
baby.
going to say Osage football. So that short kick, Steve.
We've seen it twice now.
Howard, I'm not trying to be rude, but how are teams not scouting this? They have to know. There has to be some communication out there. So Osage, Brady Clark puts it in a beautiful spot, and Osage goes down the field, recovers the football, and gets the ball back before the start of the third.
Right here, we're going to call it the 24-yard line, just a key significant parts of the game. And I tell you what, you just can't overrate the importance of a talented kicker. How many times have we seen Brady Clark make a difference for us? Man.
And of course, Osage has all 3 of their timeouts, so they can do some stuff here on offense. 1st and 10 for the Indians. They pitch it out. Drake Williams, right side. 2 blockers taken out. Drake leaves his feet and gets taken down, but after a gain of about 4, it'll be 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Indians.
Spotting the ball right at, say, the 21-yard line there.
I just... You get the video, right, of what happened last week. I mean, it's readily available out there on Huddle. You see what happened to Hallsville on that kickoff, and there's just a lack of communication out there. Maverick looking out at Schreiman, Steve, just something to look at there, watching him as he goes out. Now this handoff goes to Drake Williams, left side. Stays on his feet, keeps the legs churning, and that's going to be a Pacific Pools first down just outside the 10. So Osage able to still get the first down here. I thought Maverick was looking over there at Hunter Schreiman and might have had something planned up, but I think they're going to keep it on the ground here. 1:14 left to go. Maverick hands this one off. Drake Williams right side, and he is pushing his blocker once again. There's a flag down in the backfield as Drake almost has his jersey ripped off from behind. That is how hard he's running.
He had a passenger on his tail end there, kind of going on a ride with him.
See what the call is here. Holding on the offense.
That's a killer.
Yep. And it just feels like every offensive possession so far tonight for the Indians has had some kind of penalty.
So that's probably going to take us back 10. We'll see where they place this ball, right at the
23.
Yeah.
Maverick gets a play from the sideline. 1:03 left to go. Clock winding down to under 1 minute left in the second quarter here. Brought to you by American Sun Control. Trusty takes the snap. Schreiman out to the sideline. Good defense there. Ball knocked up in the air, incomplete. Going to be second down coming up. I thought that was going to be that double move, Steve, where Schreiman cuts back down the field towards the end zone. But you know what? That might be setting up for later.
Well, that'd be a beautiful thing to watch, and that'd be a great time. We'll see when it happens. But I don't remember what game that was, but boy, it was special. It's a game changer. Again, anytime, I think back at that pick six last week by Schreiman, right? Was it Schreiman that worked the magic right up the sideline? Whew. Give that boy the ball. He makes good things happen. So second down in a long time.
Now there's that double move. Looking for Schreiman down the field. Good defense. And the ball knocked away out of bounds. There I mean, I'm not going to take full credit, Steve, but they set up that double move just like we were talking about.
Boy, that penalty just absolutely killed us here. 3rd and 20 or so here.
Yeah, and that penalty, just an absolute drive stopper. So you get the turnover with the short kick, and now you find yourself in a long hole here. I don't know if you just want to make it manageable for a Brady Clark field goal or what you want to do here.
The penalty is exactly the medicine that the Pirates needed here because things were looking like they were.
Man to beat, stays his feet, 10-5 touch. On a run, Drake Williams on 3rd down and 20. The Indians hand it off to him, and he gets into the end zone for 6.
And I think maybe what they were trying to do is exactly what you're suggesting. Hey, let's be smart. Let's at least get the chance to get 3 here. And if something magic happens, it happens. And that's exactly what Drake Williams does. He's kind of heading towards the right. He makes the perfect cutback, finds open field, and into the end zone he goes.
So with 37 seconds left on the clock here in the second quarter, Osage scores another touchdown. Snap back, hold down. Kick is up, and it is blocked. So both teams miss an extra point, and that ties this one up at 13. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Steak night just got better at Hy-Vee. Juicy New York strip, only $6.99 each. Pasta, just 97 cents. Beef steak tomatoes, $1.98 a pound. And Hershey's Halloween candy, only $3.99. Save even more when you sign up for Hy-Vee perks at Hy-Vee.com. Big savings at Hy-Vee in Osage Beach, Jefferson City, Columbia, and Springfield.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every eye.
Let's get back to the action of Osage Indians football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Another touchdown for School of the Osage, but the extra point is blocked. And what do you have on the drive summary for there? I know you had some issues there.
No, we're good. I've got 5 plays, 24 yards, because that's where we got the ball off that turnover on the kickoff there, and even had to overcome a 10-yard penalty here. So the biggest part of that was really Drake Williams, because the penalty, he gets all 23 yards on the one carry.
Now the ball bounces once again, and it's
we're
fielded.
in trouble.
And now a big return over on the right side, and Brady Clark lays the big hit down over there. I mean, it's not funny because it's a tough hit over there, but kickoff coverage not been great for the Indians this season at times, Steve, and Clark has had to make some big saves, and there has to do it once again.
Just throwing his body into the runner there, knocking him out of bounds. Just exactly what you need your kicker to do at the right time to do it. Be the hero when you have to be here. So we've got not a lot of time left here, about 31 seconds.
We'll see what Boonville wants to do here. Osage will get the ball to start the third quarter. 1st and 10 inside Osage territory after the big kickoff return. From the 46, 3 wide receivers out for Huff. Takes the snap, rolls out to the left. Looking for a guy over the middle.
Ooh, dangerous.
A lot of contact there from Colt Butler, but they say that he was there in time, so it's 2nd down and 10 now. They were looking for something down the field, and when it wasn't there, he tried to go underneath, but Butler with the good defense. That is hard to do, Steve, when you're coming up from behind to time that potential action at the exact same time the ball gets there. Not easy. And again, Butler, just a sophomore.
Yeah, he's going to be fun to watch. And I think about Schreiman being the senior next year and Butler being the junior. Man, that's going to be special as well.
Second down and 10, 26 seconds left to go here for Boonville. This time they hand it off to McDonald. McDonald hit from behind. Stays on his feet. Yeah, will not go down. He's near the first down marker. I think it's enough for a first down, which will stop the clock with 20 seconds to go. Did he get out of bounds, though?
That's good enough for a Boonville Pirate.
Well, they're trying to. Here we go. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, they only have one timeout. Referee winds the clock. It runs now. And they'll spike the ball. Steve, you know my theory on spiking the ball?
I'm not aware.
I feel like I've told you before. If I was a lineman, I would just dive in there and try and catch it for an interception.
Okay. I think I have heard that before.
Yeah, he goes to spike it, and I just dive in there and catch it.
You've dreamed about that many times.
Dude, I have. As much as I've dreamed about the Seahawks, not throwing the ball in Super Bowl. You know what? It doesn't matter. Second down and 10 coming up for the Pirates here after they spiked the ball. 14 seconds left. Boonville still with a timeout. Looking like they're wanting to save it for a potential field goal attempt. Looked a little scattered here. Huff rolling out, being chased by Ethan Wall. Now has to get rid of it. Fires it out, throws it out of bounds. Good pursuit from Wall. Good hit as he threw it, and now it's third down and 10.
Yeah, Ethan Wall having to come all the way from the opposite side of the field in hot pursuit, and Huff was feeling that. Just had to get rid of the ball. That ball wasn't thrown to anybody. It was just trying to be, get it out of bounds, be safe here. That's the kind of pressure we need here to change the game.
So 9 seconds left, and they're probably going to try and get down the field, maybe even go towards the end zone. Once you have the timeout, Steve, so you're not looking to get all at once right here. You can stop the clock if you can get the ball down the field a bit. Huff with 3 receivers out. Man in motion is Cons. Takes the snap. Looking for something underneath. Ooh. They get Cons underneath. Cons going to have to get out of bounds and does so with 3 seconds left. And now it is fourth down and 3.
Spotting the ball at the 29-yard line, it looks like. Gain of 6 on that previous play. As you said, fourth down here. And a timeout.
Yeah, they're going to take a timeout here. We'll go ahead and keep it here, though. We'll take up to Ashland as the Indians will take on the Eagles of Southern Boone. Coming up here at halftime, if you stick around, Steve is going to have to answer 4 fifth-grade level questions.
Didn't tell me about that. I've only been studying for 3 questions from the 5th grade.
I tried to call you and tell you this week, but you did not pick up the call. So that's kind of on you at that point. I did text him. That missed that one as well. So
I'm just getting all kinds of abuse here. Are we going to be? Is this a trend?
I think we're going to stay at 4.
Okay.
Now, if you get these right, I have to come up to the middle school and record some. So I'll get to come up into your territory.
Even if I don't get it right, don't you still have to come over to the middle school?
Nope.
You're just staying in 5th grade?
Staying in 5th grade forever.
Pass?
Yep.
Okay.
I might ask every kid over there. You might be in 5th grade
4
forever.
4 questions. I wonder why did you forget you were asking 3?
Well, let me tell you what happened. The principal brought out a 4th kid. And what am I supposed to do?
And you just happen to have a question ready?
Yeah, I had a lot of questions.
Okay. You do have lots of questions. That's true.
All right, here we go. 4th down for the Pirates. 3 seconds left to go. Huff takes the snap, rolls out, looking for something down the field. Now heaves it down into the end zone, looking for something.
That's it.
And Cons is going to catch it for a touchdown. And just an absolute error on School of the Osage. Boonville gets the touchdown to make it 19-13 on the final play of the first half.
That's just a receiver going up and being aggressive and just saying, okay, that's my ball, and I'm going up and get it. We had the right defense, pass, just prevent defense kind of thing. Didn't bother the receiver at all.
Extra point is good, and that is how the first half is going to come to a close. Score 20-13. Boonville gets the touchdown on the final play of the first half to give them a 7-point lead. Osage will get the football to start the third quarter. We'll take a break. Come back and break down the first half on the Hy-Vee halftime show. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
KQUL, Lake Ozark.
Dooley Overhead Door has been a trusted name around the lake area for dependable and quality garage doors. Our business is continually growing, and we are looking for motivated, energetic individuals to join our team. With an outstanding reputation, Dooley Overhead Doors needs more installers that are trustworthy, have reliable transportation, can pass the drug test, and help build our company here at the lake. Please send your resume to dooleydoors@socket.net or call 573-348-4399.
This is Anna Marie Hopkins with Smarter Move Real Estate Group, powered by Ozark Realty. Now is the time to make the smarter move, and let me help you with your real estate needs. Whether you are buying or selling at the Lake of the Ozarks or anywhere in mid-Missouri, call me, Anna Marie, at 573-544-3587. I can prove there's a smarter move.
She can prove there's a smarter move. This school season, get on your game at the PS store in Osage. Next to D. Lights, books, promos, cards. Pickup? For sure. Open 7 days a week. Proud supporters of the Osage Indians, Hamilton Lakers, and Lake Second Home owners. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. Visit theupsstore.com and look for Osage Beach or call 573-365-6991.
Fiber Steel Boat Lifts, delivering quality boat lifts that won't sink your budget for over 35 years. Proudly backing our Camdenton Lakers and Osage Indians, Fiber Steel covers the...
At First Bank of the Lake today, we offer some of the best CD rates in the nation. CDs make saving a cinch. They combine security with great investment returns. Don't miss out. Maximize your savings with a secure, high-yield CD. Check out our rates at fblake.bank and lock in a great CD rate today with First Bank of the Lake. Member FDIC. See bank for details.
Wild Ozark Flowers is where beauty meets horsepower. A full-service florist with locally grown blooms, custom bouquets, and resin keepsakes. Plus a one-of-a-kind flower bar for creating something personal. And while the arrangements are being crafted, Ration Supply motorcycle gear is right there for riders who live the lifestyle. Delivery available or stop by behind Starbucks in the Stonecrest Mall. Wild Ozark Flowers, 573-552-8420.
This is Osage Indians Football on KQUL Lake Ozark. It's the Hy-Vee Halftime Show on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here in Boonville, Missouri, alongside Steve. As the Indians trail the Boonville Pirates by 7, 20-13. And we talked about how the beginning of the third quarter last week was just a flurry of action, but it was the end of this second quarter that wound up being a flurry of action back and forth for School of the Osage in Boonville. Boonville up 13-0. Osage with 3 minutes left to go in the quarter finally gets a drive, finally gets the ball into the end zone. And then a shorter Brady Clark kick results in a turnover back to the Indians. They punch it into the end zone. Extra point is missed, and we're tied up. Boonville gets the ball back with 30 seconds left, about 31, 32 seconds left. They drive down the field. Looks like Osage is about to get the stop until Boonville hits the big play, the final play of the quarter, of the half, to score the touchdown on basically a Hail Mary, as much of a Hail Mary as it can be from about 30 yards out. And now Osage finds themselves down by 7, 20-13 at halftime here, Steve.
Yeah, what we've seen from the Pirates so far tonight is when things began to fall apart for them, they were able to find an answer. And, you know, we've seen the last few weeks, even going back to Moberly, when things were falling apart, they couldn't put it back together. When Hallsville was falling apart, they couldn't put it back together. When California, they just couldn't get it going right. Whereas things were going Osage way, we're able to tie the game. Going into halftime, we're thinking, getting the ball, coming into third quarter, everything's shining our way. For them to come down and score so quickly in about 30 seconds there and get that touchdown grab there to close out the half, that's big. Man, they go into this second half into all kinds of confidence, all kinds of momentum here. Now Osage just have to grab that back from them again.
Yeah, Osage will get the ball to start the third quarter, but it's like you said, Steve, Osage had grabbed that momentum, and we've seen them kind of wrestle it away from opponents so far this season, taking it away from Moberly, taking it away from Hallsville, and just kind of dominating the game from then on and really keeping the other team on their heels and not letting them back into it. So, yeah, that last-second score from Boonville where they're able to get back into it, that is a big deal. That could wind up being a play that we're talking about here in 2 quarters at the end of the game. As you know, I don't want to look back on that play and talk about how much of an impact it had. So we'll see if Osage can come out here at the start of the third and what they're able to do. Steve, what do you have as far as like drive summary stuff goes?
Hey, I'll just look at the stats here first. Pretty balanced in terms of runs. Osage with 20 runs. The Pirates with 21. We've got 149 yards already on the ground compared to Boonville's 121. Of course, you've been calling McDonald's name a lot, right? So in the passing game, we've only thrown the ball, I've got 7 times for 15 yards, so not a lot going on in the air for Osage, but we're, again, making our statement on the ground. The Pirates have 14 passes for 77 yards. 5 started out, possession, and then we drove all the way down the field. It stalled out about the 20-yard line. And then had that turnover on downs, and then things kind of went their way as they marched on down the field, got that touchdown, and then got another stop for us, forced us to punt. They were up 13-0 before we could even blink an eye. For us to climb back into it is pretty big. Hated again to give up that last touchdown right there as time expired.
Both teams also dealing with penalties as they've been a big part of, they've been drive killers for both teams tonight. Osage has been able to overcome a couple, and so has Boonville, but there's been times tonight where it looks like one team is pushing the ball down the field only to pick up and incur a holding penalty or something and just kind of drive them back out of position to score. So both teams have stuff to clean up from the first half and try and improve upon for the second half, but you know, we talked about it in the pregame. I kind of thought that, you know, the third quarter would, you know, we put up that stat that shows Osage scoring by quarter, and I really thought that we would see something dramatic, which we did in the second and third quarters, but certainly nothing major. But Osage has had some good second halves this season, so coming out, making a statement on that first drive in the third quarter is going to be key for the Indians.
Sure, I've got both teams here with 11 first downs in the turnover battle. Of course, we had the 1 turnover on downs. They had the turnover on special teams there with the kickoff return.
They had that labeled as like a fumble through huddle, like a fumble recovery, because I don't think they knew how else to label it, but it is considered a turnover in that situation.
For sure. So that's, you know, really kind of a draw in the turnover battle, but here we go. We just got to grab this back coming out. If we can drive the ball down like we did in that possession to tie the game at 13, you know, it just didn't look like Boonville had any way to stop us. If we can come out playing that way here in this first possession of the third quarter, we're going to be in good condition. But, you know, they could say the same thing, right? We've had a hard time stopping McDonald on the run, and then Huff is a great compliment to that as well. And obviously they can throw the ball as they showed us on that last drive.
It is 20-13, the score on the board. Boonville out in front of School of the Osage. This is the Hy-Vee halftime show. We got 2 more quarters to go. More importantly, we have Stevie Madison coming up. So we'll take a break, come back, see if Steve can pass 5th grade after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Fall is here, and so are the projects. And if your trailer's busted, you can't haul it, can't fix it, or can't even figure out where to start, it's time to call DL Truck and Trailer Outfitters, where problems meet solutions. Whether you need a trailer, rental, parts, repairs, or a brand new rig, DL Truck and Trailer has you covered with the largest parts inventory around with factory train techs. Located just north of Eldon at the Eugene exit. Open Monday through Friday. At Stonebridge Wealth Management of Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, you'll find a team of talented, credentialed...
Right above your chin.
Hey folks, Joey Hom from your local Andy's Frozen Custard. Exciting news. Pumpkin pie concretes and delicious s'mores jackhammers are back. In-house baked pumpkin pie and the awesome honey-made graham crackers, hot fudge, and marshmallow jacks. You're gonna love them.
With a smile at Andy's, top your day. With a smile at Andy's, top your day.
It's football
football season in Missouri. And nobody gets you to the game and all across Missouri like Lake Ride Pros. Ride in style with their award-winning fleet. Suburbans, limo party bus, Mercedes luxury Sprinter, and their 37-passenger luxury shuttle bus. They're Missouri's best private transportation. Proudly supporting the Osage Indians and your Kansas City Chiefs. Book your ride today at LakeRidePros.com. Download the Lake Ride Pros app or call text 573-206-9499. Use promo code Football2025 and call Lake Ride Pros today.
You talk about the playmaker. First touchdown of the game.
This is Osage Indians Football on KQUL Lake Ozark. It's the Hy-Vee Halftime Show on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here at Boonville High School, Hy-Vee halftime show. Osage down 20-13, time expiring touchdown from the Boonville Pirates to take a 7-point lead over School of the Osage. We are live on MoSportsZone.com as well as on YouTube at MoSportsZone and the KQUL Facebook page. You can find us live all there. And now we're going to do some Stevie Madison. And if you are new with the broadcast, then this is going to be a treat for you because we're doing we're doing a little play on Billy Madison, where the Adam Sandler movie where he has to graduate every grade, and Steve is having to answer questions from each and every grade. He has made it all the way up to 5th grade. The kicker is I went up to the Heritage Building, to the upper elementary, and I'll be making my way up to the middle school to ask them questions, or to have them ask Steve the questions. So let's get right to it. 5th grade, question number 1. Here we go.
All right, 5th grade, here we go. I am here with my new friend, Mason Evans, and he has a question for Steve. And what is that question?
Where is the Great Wall?
What country, yes. Where is and what country has the Great Wall in it? Do you know the answer?
China.
That is correct. Do you think Steve will get it?
Most likely.
Most likely. Okay, I guess we'll find out. Thanks, Mason.
All right, Mason, I appreciate your confidence here. I'm going to say that the Great Wall is in China.
Berlin. I'm sorry, Germany. A Great Wall that was to tear down that Great Wall. Yeah, so China, you got that one. You can see it from space, Steve.
I've heard that. I've never been to space, though, I can't.
Yeah, I've seen it up there.
You're kind of spacey. I would agree with that.
What? Second question, here we go.
All right, I'm here with my 5th grade friend, Easton Wise, and he has a question for Steve. What's that question?
What is the red planet?
Do you know the answer?
Yes.
All right, I believe you. Do you think Steve will get it?
No.
I believe that, too. All right, thanks.
Easton did not have much confidence in me.
Yeah.
Well, of course I'll get this. This is the red planet.
You can see it from space, too.
That's true. Mars.
Mars
would be the red
correct.
planet.
Mars. So you got 2 for 2. You got the Great Wall of China, and Mars is the red planet. You are nailing 5th
I'm feeling
grade,
fatigued. I don't know if I have 2 more questions in me.
I know
We'll
you're
see.
used to just answering 3. In fact, let's see what that 3rd question is.
All right, I'm here with my 5th grade friend, Olivia Walsh, and she has a question for Steve.
How many continents are there?
How many continents are there? And do you know this one?
Yes, 7.
7. I would have said 8. Do you think Steve will get it right?
Probably, yeah.
Probably. I guess we'll see. Thanks, Olivia.
All right, Olivia. I'm pretty sure at this stage in the history of the world, there are 7 continents.
No, I'm sorry. Pluto is no longer a continent. So...
What was the name of, when they believed that it was all just one continent at one point,
it's
right?
Pangea.
Yeah, there you go. Good work.
Steve, I graduated from Osage. I know.
That's why I'm asking.
Questions all the way up through high school. Now, the special 4th question. Let's see what it is. Go ahead.
All right, and for the final question for 5th grade, I'm here with my new friend, Courtney Clifton, and she has a question for Steve. It's true or false?
True or false, is the sun a star?
True or false? Now, we know Craig Allen is a star. True. Do you think the true or false is the sun or star?
True.
All right. Do you think Steve will get it right?
Most likely.
Most likely. All right. Well, we'll find out. Thanks, Courtney.
Well, Courtney, is the sun a star? Well, of course the sun is a star. What else would it be? What else would this say?
What else would it be? A solar flare or something? I don't know, Steve. What are you coming at me for with all this?
I work with a star every Friday night.
Wild Wild West.
Well, absolutely.
Wild
Where'd he go?
Wild
He's right
West.
behind me here.
All right, Steve, you did it. Congratulations. You graduated 5th grade, which means now I have to go up to the middle school and ask.
I'm kind of nervous about 6th grade. I mean, that's a whole new building. I have to go across the street. I'm scared of
lockers.
I'm scared of the 7th and 8th graders. Can I ever get my locker combination? That's tough.
And you have to worry about
Tough
that
stuff.
new trend going around the middle school, 7-6. From, I think, was it that super nerdy history teacher that came up with that one? Nobody ever talks about how big of a nerd he is. He's probably like into board games and stuff.
He's a nerd. Some people are multifaceted nerds.
Well, can't be that nerd. He lost to you.
I did beat him in fantasy football. I think maybe he beat me, unfortunately.
Have you heard about my
Sports go on this weekend. NHL season has officially kicked off. The St. Louis Blues already 0-1, but they'll be heading up to Calgary, which is in Alberta, Canada, Steve, to take on the Flames.
What grade level is that?
That's Canadian geography. I'm not sure where that one comes in at. So the Blues season is officially underway. Mizzou has a huge game tomorrow at Columbia. They are going to take on the University of Alabama. Mizzou 4-1 coming into that one.
Oh, man, what a great win that would be.
It would be a nice one. I feel like
incredible.
Mizzou has just kind of been putting it together with like duct tape and, like just stints here and there. So hopefully they can put it together. Still working with the backup quarterback. That's now their starting quarterback. But they've looked good at points. And, of course, the game is in Columbia. That should help out as well. So we'll see if Mizzou can pull off a big ranked win over a ranked opponent in Alabama. And then in the NFL this weekend, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Detroit Lions.
You know what? Thank goodness we get them on Sunday night. Finally, the Chiefs get a primetime game this season.
I know you're being sarcastic, but I'm excited about that. It's going to be a great way to end the day on Sunday.
Should be a decent game. You remember last year's kickoff, I believe, was Chiefs-Lions. And I think the Lions got the win by 1 in that one. And then the went on to finish 15-2. Was this 2 years ago? I don't remember. It's been I tell you this, all these successful Chiefs seasons just kind of blurring together. One giant Chiefs tenure for me.
This one's now starting out exactly like they're used to.
No, kind of a rough start early on for the Chiefs, but they'll play Sunday night on NBC against the Detroit Lions.
When do your Seahawks play?
Seahawks are at Jacksonville. That is a 12 o'clock start time on Sunday. Of course, Jacksonville coming off their big win of the season as they defeat the Kansas City Chiefs last week.
Thanks to the Trevor Lawrence. Well, I don't know what they call that play. Hey, I want you to fall down on the ground and act like the play's over and jump right back up and run it in for a touchdown.
I have heard that is the play they call.
That's an awfully long name for it.
Yeah, they got to shorten that down. They got to shorten that. Of
You
course,
know what was exciting?
What was that?
Watching the Philadelphia Eagles do the tush push 4 times in a row the other night. That was great. That was great fun.
That was last night.
It was.
Yeah, it was last night. A little Thursday night football. Of course, Jackson Dart looking great for the Giants on Thursday night football as he leads the Giants to a win. So the Giants, they lose to who everyone is considering to be the worst team in the NFL, the Saints, on Sunday. And then they defeat the defending Super Bowl champions on Thursday night. What a week for Giant football.
This is the NFL.
That's true.
Right? It was a weekend of upsets for sure.
I just tell everybody that wants to talk about, Thursday night games, I say just throw everything out the window. It's too short of a week for these teams. They're just these teams are full of adults. It's just too evenly matched across the board.
So what are we looking at? Everybody's lost at least one game, right? Our 2 undefeated teams lost this weekend.
That's correct.
Right? But we still have one winless team.
The New York Jets.
The New York Jets.
And they will start our football Sunday off in London against the Denver Broncos.
What a great representative of
Let's send the Jets.
American football.
Let's send the Jets. Yep. So it'll be a full day of sports. Again, our next broadcast will come from Ashland against the Southern a conference and district matchup, and then we will end the season back at School of the Osage taking on St. Francis Borgia. That's a school, not a person. Well, it was a person.
True.
But we're just not playing St.
We're not
Francis.
taking on St. Francis.
No, of Borgia. You remember going up there last year, though? We were on top of that press box. That was a huge building.
Yeah, vaguely. It all just kind of blurs for me. Like even tonight, thinking about coming to Boonville, I was like, "What's Boonville like?" And then I got here. Oh yeah, I've been here. This is a great place to watch a Friday night football game. Great crowd.
A couple years ago, we were out on like this wooden porch out in front of the press box, and they did away with it because they were doing a bleacher remodel. And so now we're in the press box. Wild Wild West is outside the press box, holding it down for us.
I'm glad the weather's good for Wes out there.
Oh yeah.
We're inside. We're protected here. It's a beautiful night to be out here. I did kind of layer up here and bring the hoodie tonight just in case, but it has felt good.
And then, hey, I just did the Big Bass Bash last weekend. 7.37-pound bass is what took home $100,000. Chris Boom Boom Cannon came down. He visited me for a little spell. You were nowhere to be found.
You know, I want to tell you.
You were out there fishing.
Not this time.
Oh, okay.
But the time before, I did come out I came out to the, PB2. And I kind of drove around, and I didn't know where. I guess what I envisioned in terms of where you would be was not where you were.
Yeah.
I thought you might be under a canopy or something.
PB2
I could just come
is
up.
a big area.
It is. I drove around by the dock and stuff, and I just didn't see necessarily where I thought you would be, and so then I just left.
That's easy to say because I can't disprove it.
It's true though. I think my wife was even with me.
Well, Chris just wandered around until he found me, so he did a great job.
Well, he's a better friend than me, I guess.
No
he's also your boss.
No argument here about him being my boss or my friend. What'd you have over there, Chris? You had the Lake Regional Fun Walk or something that morning? Walk Against Alzheimer's, that's right. Which he said there was a great turnout for that as well. It was a good week down at Lake of the Ozarks, a very busy week down at Lake of the Ozarks last weekend. Of course, it's always a pleasure of mine to call those Big Bass Bashes on the radio for the last 5-6 years now.
Yeah, how many have you covered? Would that be a dozen of them, or
Yep.
close to that?
Yep, this was the first one I've done since Bass and Bob Beltman passed away, and he was always kind of the guy that kind of ran the show for me, and so it was tough being without him. I got his son Bass and Rob Beltman on with me, and he's just salt of the earth. The whole family is. Everyone on that crew down there at PB2, and it was just a fun-filled weekend. I can't express enough. You got to be you get out there and fish in that tournament. It's pretty awesome. There's a lot of money being given away. Not to the.
Because you're kind of on the outside a little bit out there on the lake. You're not
I think so. Yeah, for sure. Especially right as those each 2-hour block ends and they're bringing in all the fish to get weighed. I think that, it winds up being a busy place. And they give out money for if you have an exact 3-pounder or an exact 4-pounder, that's $500.
Oh,
so
wow.
that fish is likely not going to win you money as far as placement in that 2-hour block, but you can still win money just for having that. They're having an exact weight for 316. They gave away tires for an exact weight of 376. I think they give away over $300,000 in prizes every time they have the Big Bass Bash. And I said in the spring version, Steve, I'm going to have some sort of Craig Allen exact weight. I thought it might be my weight. So, 1.90, 190 pounds.
Okay. What scale are you using? I think your battery died on your scale, and it just froze.
Use kilograms.
It froze back in what grade? What year in school were you at 190 pounds?
7th grade, the year I met you, my friend.
Oh, that's great.
So, we got to fill the most exciting 3 minutes at halftime there, which... What a sham that 3 minutes is, Steve. You come out, it's already 20 minutes long. What's the extra 3 minutes for?
It's just an extra bonus 3 minutes of life. I just feel like
the Big Bass Bash 3-minute bonus.
It's good stuff. It looks like we're all just ready to go here. Let's just make this happen. Everybody here.
Yeah, I'm going to take
both teams on both sides here. We are just ready to get this rocking and rolling.
You can find this broadcast live right here on 102.7 as well as on the KQUL Facebook page. And as well as MoSportsZone.com and on YouTube. Search MoSportsZone on YouTube. You can go to the live page on there and find a bunch of live broadcasts in the area. As I believe there's Eldon on there. They're taking on Blair Oaks tonight. I'll see if I can get you some scores.
Pirates coming out, setting up for the kickoff.
Looks like Hickman's beating Camdenton 42-21 right now.
Oh, Camdenton's having a rough year.
Rough year there, yeah. The Eldon Mustangs and Blair Oaks has a score of 55-0. Blair Oaks out in front over Eldon right now. Warrensburg playing center on there, and Bolivar playing Hillcrest as we get ready to get this second half underway between Boonville and School of the Osage. Kick is up and away, and it is going to bounce on the sideline out of bounds. And that is our official Judge Judy legal procedure.
You can't do that.
You cannot do that. It's against the rules of football, according to Judge Judy. And Steve, so I can't wait till you get sued by her, Steve.
She's not my favorite judge.
Who is your favorite judge?
Judge Wapner is my favorite.
Right.
I grew up on Judge Wapner.
Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum.
I can't remember the name. Didn't the bailiff have a name there? I can't remember the name of
David.
David, fair enough.
David Fair enough, that's right. Good judge name. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Colt Butler goes into motion. Now he's going to get the ball right up the middle, getting a block up ahead from Arrowwood. Goes about 3 yards before being pushed back. It'll be 2nd down and 7 coming up for School of the Osage. And listen, Steve, as much as that final play of the first half must have been a gut punch for School of the Osage after getting that momentum back, you don't go away from the plan. You just kind of keep doing what you're doing. It worked at the end of the second there. Really, it worked throughout the course of the first half. Penalties just kind of slowed you down. Clean it up and drive down the field and put some points up here.
Well, this drive won't decide the game, but it'll certainly set the tone for this. Are we going to continue with the trajectory that Osage had, or is Boonville going to change the script here?
And you know Boonville is wanting to key in on the run right there. Drake Williams getting right side. And, Steve, that's something I want to keep an eye on here in the second half, Steve. They went low on Drake Williams, tackling him at the legs, not letting him break those tackles and keep his legs moving. They want to wrap him up around the legs and bring him down. That's not something we saw them do in the first half, but we saw them do on that play right there. 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Indians from the 40. Pitch goes out to Williams. He cuts back in.
Oh, great stop. Great shoestring tackle there.
And taken down at the legs, Steve. He was the only guy who could make that play. Really, it was one-on-one out there. It looked like Drake made the right move, but just got his legs wrapped up, went down, makes it 4th down and 2.
4th and 2 here, not quite to midfield. You're gonna expect the punt here, which is definitely a win for the Pirates here. Again, Osage on their previous drive was able just to march right down the field with 7 consecutive runs and get the score.
And Maverick will take this one and kick it away. A good punt from Trusty. Takes a bounce, and they're going to let it go. It'll go inside the 15 down to the 10, and that's where it'll be down, and that's where Boonville will take over 1st and 10.
Now you talk about flipping the field, and we've seen Maverick Trusty do that all too often here, given a 90-yard field here for the Pirates to have to cover to get to pay dirt.
So 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. 90 yards to go to the end zone. Let's see what Boonville does on their first drive of the second half. 9:53 left to go here in the quarter. Huff takes the snap. Hand off to McDonald. Trying to get wide. Now cuts it back in. He's hit, knocked down, gain.
Ethan Wall doing a good job of kind of redirecting the traffic, setting the edge. Hey, you got to turn your back right back into the center of the defense, getting that stop. Ball at the, as you said, 15-yard line.
2nd down and 5 coming up for the Pirates on this drive. They're up 20-13 here in the 3rd quarter. Clock running, under 9.5 minutes left to go. Two wide receivers out left for Huff. He's next to McDonald. Takes a snap, hands this one off to McDonald, trying to go right side.
Oh, boy.
Now gets to the outside, gets a block. Schreiman knocks him out of bounds, but it's a big gain for McDonald for a 1st down.
Spotting the ball at, we're going to say, the 37, maybe the 38-yard line here.
Again, Wild Wild West doing what he can here. Got some people in front of him standing up from time to time. Just victim of circumstance here, Steve. First and 10 for the Pirates at the 38-yard line. Takes a snap, hands this one off to McDonald. He tries to get wide once again and does. Splits between two tacklers, brought down near the first down marker. Going to be 2nd down and 1 coming up.
Ball at, looks like, just past the 46-yard line, gain of 8. And the Pirates just feeding the monster, and that monster is McDonald here, and he's making it work. Again, they started this drive at their 10-yard line, and they're already knocking on midfield.
Just a junior is McDonald.
Pirates have a chance to make a statement drive here.
Yeah. Big set of plays coming up for this Osage defense. Boonville takes a snap, looking to throw over the middle. Ooh. Ball deflected, knocked away between Murphy and Schreiman. And 2nd down and 1 is where you're going to find plays like that, Steve.
Yeah, but then, boy, I tell you, I have to just think the coaching staff had to kind of, hearts had to skip a beat there. Hey, why we're trying to get kind of tricky and fancy here, and all of a sudden, man, that could have been an INT going back the other way.
Yeah, you know what? I don't expect him to go back to the air one more time in this drive. I think everything's going to be on the ground. I think Osage knows it. They got 5 defensive linemen. They got 3 linebackers up in the box. McDonald's going to take this one up the middle, going to break 1 tackle into Osage territory. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Pirates.
And the thing about putting everybody in the box, you know, you're trying to stop that run, but if they get past that initial rush here, you got some wide open territory here to cover.
1st and 10 coming up at the Osage 47. Huff takes a snap, hands this one off now to the up man, and he's through the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down from him. And that is Kelshawn Roper. Was it? No.
Ball at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, Kelshawn Roper.
No, 36-yard line.
We'll each correct our mistakes.
Indeed.
So 1st and 10 for the Pirates, now at the 36-yard line. Boonville looking to make a statement here on this drive. Fake handoff, quarterback keeps it, and he is hit and taken down for a loss. Calls his own number.
Maybe regret doing so here. Drake Williams there on the tackle. We're going to lose maybe a yard. That's going to put the ball back at the 37-yard line. Osage getting the stop they need here, so we need a couple more plays just like that.
Yeah, 2nd down and 11 coming up. Huff back with McDaniel, 2 wide receivers out right. Man in motion is Roper. Now McDaniel up the middle into the 2nd level, past the 1st down marker, has 1 man to beat. That man gets him down, but it is enough for a big 1st down run. And the flag coming in post play here.
So it looks like we're spotting the ball at maybe the 16, 17-yard line. Pre-penalty here.
Look at this camera work. Right in on the referees. Do you think Craig will let Steve stop for food tonight? Well, Steve is driving.
I don't think our cameraman has eaten it all. You know, I got to sneak over to get something out of the concession stand. He did not do that.
He had some Skittles at halftime.
Oh, and it looks like we're going back the other way. I don't see the. Yep, we're definitely marching the Pirates back a bit.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Pirates that will march them back to outside the red zone now. It will be 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. You know, we don't have the benefit of the referee telling us or replays or anything like that. I tell you what we do have. We have the benefit of seeing who comes off the field after a penalty like that. And that sometimes is the story that can be told there. So 1st and 10 after the penalty. Huff back in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands this one off, met at the line of scrimmage, knocked down, no gain. That was Dylan Simmons, just a sophomore. So 2nd down and 10 coming up here. No gain on that one. They say 2nd and 9. They gave him a yard.
Yeah, that's awfully nice of them.
Did you?
I did not. I heard you say no gain, so I went with that.
Oh, don't go off what
I wasn't about to doubt you at all.
We call a basketball game. I'm wrong about everything. Fake the handoff. Now looking underneath, and again, Arrowwood almost jumps the passing lane. There's going to come a point of diminishing returns here for Boonville, where they're just like throwing the ball is going to be a serious issue for them.
And what are we doing here now? They're set, and I'm glad to see them do it. But now we're 3rd and long, and of course I think probably 4 down territory here. They're not just going to. We've not seen a kicker that could be a threat here for them. So they got 2 downs to get this 9 yards.
Yeah, you got to watch Logan and Landon Kahns out there. They made the big play at the end of the half. Instead, this handoff will go left side. Gain of maybe 2. And it'll be 4th down. And so I think, I don't like speculating about this kind of stuff, but I feel like it's probably worth mentioning to the listeners. It feels like that personal foul call did go on McDonald.
Yeah, we haven't seen him get the ball since then, right?
He has not come back out. So he might be taking the rest of the drive off. He may have gone back out there. I missed it. So a 4th down situation here. 4th down and 7 from right around the 29. We'll see what they do here. 4 wide receivers out. 3. Man in motion.
Whistles blow, flags on the field, delay a game. Is that what I'm seeing
looks
there?
like a delay a game. That'll drive them back 5 yards. And that's not a penalty you want on 4th down. When's the most ideal time for a delay a game, Steve? When you're up by 50.
Yeah, when you have a big lead and you don't mind taking.
Huff takes the snap, looking to throw. Now steps up in the pocket. He is hit and brought down. That is a quarterback sack.
It's Langelier, I think. Is that 75 there? Taking the ball all the way back to the 45-yard line.
That is indeed Caden Langelier coming up with the sack. And the turnover on downs for Boonville. Osage will take over. So a big drive, a big play there from the Osage defense, and now the Osage offense comes back out. Osage got the ball to start the 3rd quarter. 3 and out. We saw a bit of a different tonal shift as far as tackling goes on these running backs. We'll see if that continues here. Maverick takes a snap, hands this one off to Arrowwood. Arrowwood getting to the outside, now cuts back in. Knocked out of bounds near the 1st down marker, but enough for a Pacific Pools 1st down. And that'll move the chains. Or maybe it'll be just a yard short, it looks like. He was right there.
Ball just across midfield at the 48-yard line.
Of course, all the way on the other side of the field. So tough to really say. But I just watched the replay on my phone, and he was pushed out of bounds after the marker. You make the call, folks. 2nd down and 1, 2 men in motion, left to right. That's Wall and Butler. Now Drake Williams will get the handoff. Going right side.
Ooh, I think they got the stop there.
Yeah, I think so too. And Drake has had a hard time getting anything going here in the 2nd half. They've done a good job of making the tackles on him early on. Because he did a good job in that 1st half of breaking tackles, keeping his legs moving.
And kind of reversing, oftentimes you see Arrowwood getting it between the tackles and Williams getting it on the edge. But here we go, Arrowwood right up the middle again.
That's enough for a 1st down for School of the Osage. Good hard run there from Arrowwood. Like you said, they're just trying to get Drake Williams wide, trying to move that guard coming from the opposite side and having him be a lead blocker. How many times in the first half do we see Drake Williams have his hand on the back of that pulling guard, pushing him down the field, just unable to get that going here in the second. But 1st and 10 for the Indians. Now this snap goes to Arrowwood. Good cut back in, breaks one tackle. He's surrounded by Pirates, and we brought down after a gain of about 4.
Spotting that ball about the 38-yard line.
We'll say it's 7. 2nd down and 7 coming up. Clock at 3:30 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Osage trying to move down the field and score. That's about the most simple thing I can say. Maverick back in the pistol. Front line shifts. Now the handoff. Fake. Going to Schreiman. Good cut in. Now he splits between multiple defenders and is eventually brought down past the 1st down marker. And they are just bringing everything in tight. And then Schreiman, who makes the play, we saw this in the first half. He stopped at one. Boot, scoot, and boogie, Steve. Williams, right side, and there's good pursuit on the interior as they take away that edge from him, Steve, and then he has to cut back in, and actually a good hit out there on the outside by that guy. I didn't get the name on that train, did you? Did you get the name or the number?
Gain of 1 on that play.
So 2nd down and 9 from the 28 for the Indians. Score is 20-13, Boonville out in front. This handoff goes to Arrowwood. He has to cut. Good push up front from the Boonville defense. And now it is 3rd down and long for the Indians.
Yeah, ball right at the 27-yard line here. 3rd down. Big conversion opportunity for the Indians. You almost would assume here 2-down territory here.
Yeah, we'll see what the play call is here.
Hard count by Trusty. Not working. Going to call timeout, it looks like, for Osage.
Yeah, I don't know. This tight game like that, you hate to see a timeout in that situation, but we see Coach send him out with the hard count at times like that and usually take the timeout right after. This timeout brought to you by First Bank of the Lake. We will keep it here as we're near the end of the 3rd quarter as well. Our next broadcast comes to you live next Friday night as Osage will travel up to Ashland to take on the Southern Boone Eagles in a conference and district matchup. Again, Boonville Class 3, but they are District 7, where School of the Osage is Class 3, District 4. So Boonville not in Osage's district. Right now, Osage has a pretty tight grip over 1st place in Class 3, District 4.
Yeah, and I don't know how the brackets work in terms of, one district lining up and competing against, one district champion against another.
We take on the winner of St. Francis Borgia's district, which they are currently leading that district. So that last game of the season, of course, we'll talk about it as it gets closer. It might have pretty big implications on what Osage's postseason will look like. But again, we've seen some teams in Osage's district give them some fits at times. 3 wide receivers out left here on 3rd down and 8. Maverick fakes the handoff. Arrowwood with the draw, a beautifully drawn play and into the red zone for a Pacific Pools 1st down. A wonderfully drawn up play for School of the Osage and a good hard run. All kinds of room out there for Arrowwood.
Yeah, just a great call. Oh, we got a player down here for Boonville, but a great call by the coaching staff here and just well executed, just perfectly played by quarterback and running back here. And you talk about a big play, just feeling the tension in the air of Osage needing that 3rd down conversion.
That's I don't like it when broadcasters make these kind of references. So I prep. But man, that is a play that from the Mike Holmgren Seahawks era, where it'd just be 3rd down and long, and it feels like you're giving up on the drive, but it just wound up always getting yards because defenses weren't expecting it. And when you spread the field out like Osage did there, 3 wide receivers on the left, and Osage, I think that's the first time we've seen that play all season. So even if you are scouting Osage and you're taking a look at what they're trying to do and plays that they have run, that's not been on film this season. So Osage busted out there, gets the big gain down to the 11-yard line for the Pacific Pools 1st down. Again, we have this injury on the field here, or it looks like maybe some kind of cramp or something along those lines.
I'm trying to see who it is. I can't really read the number from here.
I can't either. Injury timeouts are brought to you by Lake Regional Hospital. And again, I think it's just a cramp of some kind.
Yeah, they're working on him.
And I hate to send it back to the station because it's one of those things where he could be helped up and walk off the field, and oh my.
Here he's
exactly
up.
What happened. Number 22, Steve.
Roper.
Yeah, we saw Jashawn Roper have some runs on the offensive side, and here it comes up with the cramp. Now Osage, 1st down and 10 coming up inside the red zone. It'll be at the 11-yard line.
Trying to knock on the door to tie this game here as I can't see the clock, so I'm not sure how much time we have left in this third quarter.
It's on the play clock, too, over there and over here.
Oh, that's
1:51 left to go.
Thank you for that.
Well, that's telling the fans, too. All right, so Maverick back in the pistol on 1st and 10. Hands this one off to Arrowwood, trying to get to the outside. Big collision over there, picks up a few yards. And you kind of saw that as that play started to form over there, Steve. There was nothing over there for him, but still managing to find a way to get 3 yards on that hard run there.
Hey, and 3 yards at this part of the field here. We'll take everything we can get.
Boonville really clamping down on the run game. Aside from that draw from Arrowwood, it's been tough going here in the second half for Osage. Man in motion is Butler. He'll take the pitch.
We've got whistles all over the place here and flag on the field here, so that's going to be, I would assume, an offensive penalty here. Yep, going to march him back 5.
Yeah, false start. That might have been a situation where Butler was just moving towards the line of scrimmage. It's tough to say, man. When they don't, give you a number or kind of give you anything to go on, they just tell you it's a false start. It could have been anyone, Steve. It could have been you. Probably was.
2nd down, maybe 12 or 13. They can get a 1st down without a touchdown here.
Inside the 2. Maverick under center, up tight now. Takes the snap, hands this one off on the misdirection. Butler back in, breaks one tackle, stays on his feet almost into the end zone, but I think that might for Pacific Pool's 1st down that we were just talking about. What a beautifully designed play. Might have seen that once this season, but there, enough for the 1st down. Good run there from Colt Butler. Good hard run. Almost got into the end zone. Steve, he was hit about 8-9 yards short of the end zone, and just kind of
just looked like he was falling downhill, man. Just running
like
right towards.
Pinball, knocked around. Takes a snap. Arrowwood up the middle. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be near the goal line but not get in. Good pursuit, good push from this Boonville defense right at the goal line. Clock coming down to 1 minute left to go here in the third. Score 20-13. Boonville out in front over the Indians.
Osage here with 3 more opportunities to get across the goal line, and they are within a yard here.
Hey, why wouldn't we just push it? I'm serious. You know it works. Why not just do that?
It works when Jalen Hurts has got the ball. Ball on the ground. What happened here? I'm not sure who has the ball. It bounced around like a pinball,
and that is about the worst case scenario that could have happened for the Indians.
And is that a touchback here? They're going to get it at the 20, perhaps. It's hard to see where.
Depending on where it was recovered, yeah.
It just didn't look like it was a clean handoff to me.
I think it was a low snap, and then I think it went off of either Drake or Maverick's foot and into the end zone. I don't know if it's going to wind up being a touchback. Yeah, it is. Okay, so they're going to bring it out to the 20, and just an absolute worst-case scenario for the Indians.
Wow. From just, you talk about the highs and lows of a game, and we're experiencing that right here.
Now Boonville with the football after that turnover. McDonald takes the snap. Into the pile he goes. Somehow manages to get through. Picks up about 3. So, yeah, I have to kind of reset here. This third quarter winding down to a stop. And I think Boonville is going to go ahead and let that clock run down to 0. So Osage on the 1 foot line, on the doorstep to the end zone, the turnover into the end zone, on the fumble, Boonville recovers, And they are now in control with a 7-point lead here heading into the fourth quarter. We will take a break, come back with the final quarter of play after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Rock Island Insurance, the pro team for your insurance needs. At Rock Island, they keep you on track with coverage you can afford for home, vehicle, property, casualty, and life. Juke the big hit. Rock Island Insurance blocked the way when it comes to your insurance needs. A proud supporter of our Osage Indians. Look them up online and Facebook. Rock Island Insurance, keeping you on track.
When all that's between you and the highway is a 6-inch patch of rubber, it's critical that you trust the care of your vehicle to someone who knows how important family is. Locally and family-owned, Sunset Tire and Service, with the best facility at the lake, wants to be that trusted partner. Competitive pricing, centrally located across from Lowe's off Business 54, the latest technology, large inventory of tires, plus a knowledgeable sales staff. They're family, treating you like family. Sunset Tire and Service.
Let's get back to the action of Osage Indians football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
20-13, start of the fourth quarter. Boonville with the football, 2nd down and 6. McDonald takes the snap. He's going to drag a defender near the first down marker. It's going to be 3rd down and short for Boonville.
And here we've got a test for Osage just in terms of, like, I don't know, some maturity here. When you take an emotional blow like that, you're knocking on the door of a touchdown to tie the game, and you end up turning the ball over. How do you respond here defensively just in terms of not letting the emotions take you out of the game?
Huff looking for a hard count, unable to draw Osage offsides. 2 wide receivers out left, 3rd down and 1. Huff going to call his own number. He's hit, but it's enough for a first down. He'll fall forward. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Pirates coming up. And Boonville is wanting to milk that clock down now. They do not want to give School of the Osage the ball back with any kind of opportunity to get back into this one now. They have a 7-point lead. And a new set of downs to work with. Really, we just got to keep them off the scoreboard here. If they're able to get any kind of points on the board and make this a 2-score game, that's going to be hard for us the way they eat up the clock at this point of the game. McDonald cuts back in. He's hit after a gain of about 3 or 4.
Ball across the 35. We'll call it the 36-yard line.
Say Eric Murphy made that play. 2nd down and 6 coming up for Boonville at the 36-yard line.
Boonville just keeps looking our way. I don't know if should we give them a...
Yeah, I'll give them the play. Throw it. Cons in motion. Now Huff calls his own number. Able to slip off the line, picks up a couple yards.
Spotting the ball right on top of the 40-yard line. 3rd and short again for Boonville.
Spatial awareness at an all-time low around Wild Wild West.
Everybody wants to get on camera.
Yeah.
In their best side, you know.
Great stream. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff. Williams with the initial hit. Could not bring him down, but he's going to get just enough for a first down. Needed 3. Got 3.1 for the first down.
Boy, we just about had him stopped. Nice little juke and move, shake and bake there to get the yards he needed for the first down.
So 1st and 10 for Boonville. I expect the clock to be run down pretty much every play now. We got 9:13 left to go in this fourth quarter. 2 wide receivers out left for Huff. Takes the handoff, fakes it. Now gets it out to Cons on the outside. Cons hit, and he gets enough for a first down. Murphy makes the tackle, but not after he picks up 10.
Ball across midfield to the 46-yard line.
So a very safe pass out on the outside. Boonville picks up the first down into Osage territory. Under 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Clock wound. 1st and 10. You know what you're getting now, Steve. Everybody out here knows what's coming now.
Well, that's why that previous call was a little bit of a surprise, throwing the ball there to the edge. There we go. That was a good stop by Osage.
Yeah, hitting him initially was Drake Williams, unable to bring him down.
Wilkes coming in, kind of cleaning up.
So it'll be no gain. 2nd down and 10. Clock runs. It'll be under 8 minutes when they hike it again.
2nd and 10.
We can keep him off the scoreboard here. This is setting up for a dramatic finish here.
Yeah, you got to do that first part, though.
For sure.
Now Huff out to the right, looking to throw. Here comes the pressure. Throwing in that second level. Knocked out of bounds after a gain of about 5, looks like.
Ball reaches the 40 of Osage here.
Maybe 4, yeah. So 3rd down and 4 coming up.
3rd and 4 for the Pirates.
Big play here in the game. Pushed out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. 7:46 left to go here in the quarter. And the game. Huff takes snap, hands it off to McDonald. McDonald into the pile.
Oh, he's surging.
Just
there we go.
Pushed forward, yeah. So he runs into a bunch of Indians and then gets pushed from behind for the first down.
Looks like we're going to spot the ball at the 34-yard line. We got a player down, Osage player, it looks like. Wilkes is slow to get up.
We'll take a quick timeout here as we take a look at the injury on the field. 2013 Osage down by 7, 7:41 left to go here in the fourth quarter. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
At Central Bank, we've brought the home loan process closer to home. All of our lending decisions are made locally, right here in your community, so you get quick answers and loans that are tailored to meet your needs. Central Bank can help turn possibilities into realities. Apply online at centralbank.net or at any of our convenient locations. Central Bank. We do banking better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is America, where football means football.
There's only one place to hear Osage Indians football. Back to the game. On your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
All right, injury timeout taken care of. That injury timeout brought to you by Lake Regional. Now, first, looks like he went mostly under his own power. 2nd down and 8 coming up. 7.5 left to go here in this fourth quarter. They're going to run this play clock down each and every time now. Take as much time off this clock as possible. 2 timeouts left for School of the Osage.
Now cracking 7 minutes here.
Looking to throw.
Oh, there we go.
Just
Good
ran
stop.
right by him initially,
sure
but then the tackle was made. That looked like a pass play, or that looked like a pass play, but I think it was actually a designed run. Williams made the initial hit, and then I guess they're going to have to call that as a sack. So 3rd down and 10 coming up, and this is the play of this game, depending on what happens here in these maybe next 2 plays, but certainly this one.
In these moments, it seems like it's been the Pirates tonight that have made the big plays to take control of the game. It's Osage's turn. Let's see what we have here.
Well, that's going to be a delay of game, or maybe they got a timeout in.
Delay a game. We're calling it. Marching back 5.
Did they throw a flag? Okay.
Yep, right up here.
And you could hear the fans just right here in front of us, Steve, yelling to hike the ball. So now it's 3rd down and 15. But you know what the good part is? You took a whole 40 seconds off the clock.
For sure.
If there's one silver lining to that delay of game. You know, at the pro level, that's one of my least favorite things, when the team takes the timeout before delay a game, and then they only have 2 timeouts at the end. Like, just take the 5 yards.
Yeah.
Maybe here it's a little bit different. 3rd down and 15 for the Pirates now. Huff takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking outside. Now flushed out of the pocket. Flips it up over to Cons. He has it. He's going to be hit and then pushed forward near and maybe past the 1st down marker, depending on the spot.
Well, that was just a well-executed play here. So we're bringing the heat, and one of our defensive backs or linebackers have to kind of come up to put the pressure on the quarterback, as it looks like he's getting to the edge and is getting out of the pocket here. And so he just kind of gently tosses it over to the open receiver. Great gain here.
4th down and 1. Clock is running. 5:30 left to go on the clock. If they pick this up, it is going to be a backbreaker for the Indians.
Boy, that's huge. Even that play right there was tough.
Timeout taken on the field by Boonville with 5:10 left to go here, and certainly what will be the biggest play of the game. We'll take one as well. Osage down by 7, 2013. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Years ago, I established a name synonymous with honesty, and today, Honest Abe's Home Services carries that torch. Ensure home safety with certified and insured. My friends, you are gambling with your comfort and safety. Honest Abe's doesn't cut corners. Every technician is certified through Missouri Propane and fully insured, because peace of mind should be a right, not a privilege.
Honest advice, honest prices, Honest Abe's. Call honestabes.com.
This is Osage Indians Football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
5:10 left to go here in this 4th quarter. Osage down by 7. Boonville has the football on the Osage 25. It is 4th down and 1 coming up. The Indians need a stop.
Legendary team building legendary engines. Kawasaki Boonville plant is an equal opportunity employer.
It cannot be overstated, the size of this play. So I won't. Huff takes a snap, hands it off to McDonald. And McDonald breaks past the defender into the end zone for a touchdown.
And that's just a team selling out to stop the 1-yard run. And once they get past that initial defense there, that first level, he breaks and it's just wide open. Nothing we can do to stop him. He had just all green and the blue of the end zone here ahead of him.
And that's what, we have said before, that in a situation like that, it is definitely going to be all or nothing. Extra point is good, makes it a 2-score game for Boonville. 27-13, Osage down, set to get the kick with 5:04 left to go here in the 4th quarter. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you've saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Mills & Sons Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance. The no-problem people. At 2701 Bagnell Dam Boulevard. Call us at 365-2002 or visit our website at millsinsurance.com. We're on your side because life happens.
Let's get back to the action of Osage Indians football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
A touchdown for Boonville, and the extra point puts them up by 14, 27-13 with 5:04 left to go here in the 4th quarter of play. Osage with 2 timeouts left.
2 timeouts, 5 minutes, as you said. The cards are stacked here, needing 2 touchdowns here to tie this one with Boonville's ability to eat up clock. It's a daunting task here to close out this game.
Drake Williams returns it just past the 35-yard line where he's knocked out of bounds. First and 10 coming up for the Indians. Just under 5 minutes left to go here in this final quarter.
Previous drive by the Pirates, 14 plays, 80 yards, 54 of those yards runs, 11 runs there, 3 passes for 31 yards, capped off by that 25-yarder when they were going 4th and 1, going for it, and got a lot more than that one.
Maverick Quick throw out to Drake Williams. He gets to the outside. Now gets past the defender. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Indians on the very first play.
Well, there you go. It seems maybe a little less daunting now after, oh my goodness. Wow. Where has that been all night, right?
Yeah, getting the ball out on the swing pass to Drake Williams. And once it becomes a foot race, there's not many people that are going to beat him down the field. And he got into the end zone to make this an 8-point game once again, extra point pending. So 4:48 left on the clock.
64-yard pass completion here. We hadn't passed for 64 yards all night up to that point.
Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and it's good. Osage down by 7 now, 27-20. Kickoff coming up after this. We'll take a break, come back with more after this. You listen to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Whoa, Central Ozarks Medical Center, your health, our mission.
COMC has been providing quality health care in central Missouri since 1979. From primary care, OBGYN, pediatrics, senior health, dental, and behavioral health. Go to centralozarks.org for a location near you or call 877-406-2662.
COMC, the healthy place to be.
This is America, where football means football.
There's only one place to hear Osage Indians football. Back to the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
The onside kick and try to go for it.
Back here at Boonville, as Steve tries to pick my brain off the air. One play, Drake Williams into the end zone, making it a 7-point game. It is now 27-20, Boonville out in front. So Boonville scores. They feel good being up by 14, and then Osage scores on the first play back. And now, this has been feast or famine this season for the Indians. Their kickoff coverage has been a little lack at times, but they have forced some turnovers on kickoffs as well. We'll see what Clark does here. He is going to kick it away, and it is going to be kicked back to about the 5 and fielded there. And spun down. Inside the 20, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Pirates. So they let Clark kick it away and try and make it a long field for.
Super effective at doing so far tonight, and that's stopping McDonald in the run here. And we need to stop him. Time is not on our side here.
4:42 left. Osage has 2 timeouts here in this fourth quarter. Down by 7. Huff takes the snap, hands this one off to McDonald. He's hit and brought down. You see those arms reaching in there, trying to strip it away from him.
Ball to 24-yard line, gain of 5. 2nd down.
Christian Herring with the tackle. And I think this is the right call from Osage's sideline. I don't think you use a timeout here. I think you get to a 3rd down and you call your timeout and try and get the ball back after that. You can't take your timeouts here, though, especially if you're going to potentially give up a 1st down. Huff takes snap, hands this one off. McDonald up the middle, diving forward.
Ball just shy of the 30-yard line.
But I think it's enough for a Boonville 1st down.
They are moving the sticks here. 1st down. We got to.
So 3:52 left. They'll wind the clock here in a second once the chains get set. And here Osage's defense going to have to find a way to slow McDonald down a bit. And, you know, you take a look back at trying to draw him off sides and then using the timeout. Wouldn't you?
We got an Osage player getting in the backfield there. McDonald tries to kind of change directions. He slips, he falls, loses a couple yards. So that's looking, we'll take that for sure.
Good call by you. I was trying to figure out if the ball came out. It was kind of confusing when he slipped. I thought he might have been trying to go down and get the football.
Ball back at what? We're saying the 26-yard line here, so loss of 3 on the play.
Yeah, second down and long coming up now. Clock running, under 3 minutes to go. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looking for the throw, and that pass is incomplete. That stops the clock.
Trying to catch us off guard with that pass, but again, that's a strength of our defense here, and they haven't figured it out yet. Brock Arrowwood just playing like he's wearing a glove here, that kind of close coverage here, breaking it up, bringing up third down and long.
Yep, third and about 13 coming up for the Pirates here.
And this is not 2-down territory here, so we get a stop here. We'll get the ball back.
This Osage crowd coming alive over there. You can hear them on this side of the field. Both sets of fans getting loud. Huff takes the snap, rolls out, looking downfield, being chased in the pocket. He's hit as he throws, puts one up for grabs.
That's on there. We go
break
incomplete.
up by Schreiman, knocking it down. And the pass is incomplete. Boonville trying to throw it down the field for a big completion. Schreiman with the big defensive play. It'll be 4th down and long now for the Pirates.
And that is exactly Boonville playing to our strength right there. They go to the air 2 consecutive times. Really, they had to that time, I would say. But if they just keep the ball on the ground, that's been working for them all night. They're doing us a favor by trying to gain through the air.
Punting has been a strength for them tonight, and there's another good kick away. This one's going to be fielded by Schreiman. Stays on his feet, now looking for a block upfield. Cuts back to the left, now back inside, goes down near midfield, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from Osage's own 46.
And here we go, Osage, with 2 minutes, 31 seconds left here. The ball just shy of midfield. We're spotting the ball at the 46-yard line with a chance to tie this one up. 54 yards away from pay dirt and a chance to extend this game a bit. We'll see how it works out.
1st and 10 for the Indians. Maverick takes the snap, hands this one off. Drake Williams, right side. Loses his footing, goes down after a gain of about 2. Second down and 8. Quick snap, looking for Butler on the sideline. He has it, spin move past the 1st down marker. That'll stop the clock for the time being until they reset the chains here.
Ball spotted at, the 42-yard line.
So 1st and 10 for the Indians. They're into Pirate territory. 3 wide receivers out right from Maverick. Takes the snap, looking out to the right. Now being chased from behind, looking downfield. Right at the sideline has Ethan Wall, who has the catch and brings it in for a short gain.
Ball just on the other side of the 40-yard line. We'll call it the 39.
2nd and 7. $150 left to go here in the 4th. Maverick hands this one off. Left side, Brock Arrowwood. Keeps the legs going forward. Picks up about 4 before he's brought down. Looks like Osage.
Somebody's calling a timeout.
Yeah, somebody's calling a timeout here on 3rd down.
Ball at the 37-yard line.
Timeout by Osage. They'll have 1 left. Now, they did put 1 back on the scoreboard earlier, so I think there's a miscommunication on how many timeouts Osage has left, because they did use 1 trying to draw them off sides in the second half, I believe. But that one shows, that scoreboard over there shows that Osage has 2 left. Now, 3rd down and 5 coming up. I don't know, Steve. What do you think here?
Well, I'm thinking back that last play call where it was kind of the draw that was so effective here for that conversion. I don't think they're going to go to that well again. This is certainly 2-down territory here, so I think we play to our strength here and hand that ball off to one of our talented running backs.
1:43 left to go here in the 4th quarter, and what has been a strange game, a School of the Osage football game. It's 3rd down and 5 coming up here. 2 wide receivers out left for Maverick. He's got the running backs around him. And Maverick's going to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Now Maverick going to take off. Uses feet, and I think he's going to get enough for Pacific Pool's first down.
Just like I said, let's let Maverick carry the ball. He's going to get the first down. That was enough. Ball at what, the 31-yard line.
Heady move there from the senior. Now 1 wide receiver outright. Maverick navigating the running backs. Takes the snap, pitches it